One.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the All Merciful, the Most Merciful. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise and thanks belong to Allah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. Now, may peace and blessing be upon the Prophet. Okay, so it's hard to like my mind to try go between two languages sometimes. So in Arabic isn't even my first language. English is. So last game, would anyone like to elucidate Mufti Sultan's word? Would anyone like to you know explain what happened last game, inshallah?
Last game, I think we were going to what's this called? This is called Haute Corvosa. We were going to Haute Corvosa with
Mm-hmm.
with
Vencarlo
with
Orsini.
Vicarno or Yasini, and um on on we went to the was it we went to the docks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the what was the guy's name, Balazar?
Vargo.
The Vargo, and we played a little game. We played along with his little game, Knivesies,
Fun
and
game.
we want some information out of him about the names, Balazar.
The ambassador Devane Gios Ampre, an ambassador from Cheliax who does not like Corvosa.
And we extracted yeah, we extracted that information. And on the way back, we met one of the students from the academy that Carlo Orsini runs.
Mm-hmm. Orsini
And
Academy, which is a school of fencing and swordplay in Old Corvosa.
and we um got we brought him back safely, and then we
Mm-hmm.
went back to um the barracks. Would it be called, brother? Sir?
Can someone else tell them?
Uh, so we ran into Amin Gelento,
Mm-hmm.
however you say his name. And we took him to Fort Cavosa in Old Cavosa, up here ish.
Mm-hmm.
And he also told us about the Arcona noble house, how it's ruled by a brother and sister, and that sort of thing. And then we returned back to the fort. Not the fort. Yeah, that place.
The names are up here if you guys ever forget.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bolshevik.
Yeah. And then we had a 3-day break, over which stuff happened. And I
Yep.
rolled a nearly nat 20.
Yeah. You guys told me what you did with the 3 days. For some of you, I had to roll checks based to see how well you were doing and what you're planning. And this was happening. So I guess when we come back to it after 3 days, I would assume um, that Elgin is maybe somewhere near Citadel Volshinek, or if not inside. Zolta, maybe you're around Masjid Nur, right, right over here. And as for Etu, where are you?
Where am I?
Where does the game find you at the end of the 3 days in Corvosa?
On the way back,
Back to.
the guards area.
Yeah, but where would you be in town right now?
I don't know where that location is.
Let's say you're in Eodrid's Walk, right? The marketplace.
Yeah.
Okay, here too. You pointed to here. So you're actually near the old fishery where Gator and that you defeated Gator and them some time ago, over a week ago. Actually, I told some of the others, but I actually rolled on the day that this game on this day, and then I counted it back to see when the game actually began. I kid you not, the game actually began on January 1st.
Nice.
So that's just what ended up being rolled.
2018?
Hmm? So
2018?
right, so right now it is January 9th. Um, so let's go now into the game, inshallah. Uh, I had a flashback prepared, but the player isn't here. So something I try to do sometimes once in a while, James, is that I will try to do like a flashback, kind of like a small cutscene on one of the characters' past, and just like a small piece that will just for other players usually just give them more questions. And the point of this is because many times you guys put effort into a backstory that many times will never come to light, right?
Mhm.
So so sometimes it's just like a little insight to who the character is, and it's just like I saw it in another game. In fact, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Glass Cannon podcast.
No.
They're actually a Paizo sponsored Pathfinder podcast. Um,
Oh.
so they're actually playing the Adventure Path. What was it, Giant Slayer? And so eventually, towards like the middle of the campaign, the GM he started doing these flashbacks, and I thought the idea was really cool. So I did one that I needed a little more practice with it. But the character who's I wanted to do today is not here, so I'll just wait for another time because it pertains to him. In fact, he is having some family issues, and he was going now to another state. He's flying today to he has a his aunt who passed away, and his I think his great grandmother who is very sick, very ill.
Oh no.
We're not going by the Galarian calendar
Yeah.
because that's based off their deities, right? Lamashtu, Abadeus, Cadius.
Is it?
Yeah, Abadeus, Abadar.
Ah. Okay.
So, um, let's go back now into the game. So, you guys have been having an interesting 3 days, and though it seems like time, like the city of Corvosa has been slowly calming down. Not to say the riots have stopped, but slowly calming down. It seems all of a sudden as if the riots started picking up again, and things started getting crazier again, and people started screaming and shouting, but now rather than screaming for the death of the queen, there's rumors going around that the king's true murderer has been found. And this name has been whispering all throughout the streets, and you see mobs taking to the street. Some of them are saying "Death to the traitor," to the ground, all this. So people are screaming and shouting, and the fires are starting, and everything. And at this point, each of you gets a visit from two guards. The only one you recognize actually is going to Zolta, Officer Omak, who is going to Master Neward to greet him. And pretty much the message is all the same. Crestcroft is requiring your assistance.
Um,
As for probably not really so much Elgin since he's already there. Maybe like one of the guards who's stationed there is like kind of like pulls his chair over. Is like, hey, by the way, Captain wants you. Commander
Yeah.
wants you.
Okay.
I
So,
expect.
Mhm.
Yes, I was gonna tell him like I expected as much because I saw the riots and everything, so I was already ready and I immediately set off.
So if you guys want, why don't you give me a knowledge local or maybe perception check to try to eavesdrop? Perception or knowledge local, whatever you prefer.
I prefer
Mashallah.
knowledge local. Wait, I don't have knowledge local.
Perception.
Elgin and not really Etu. Elgin, you hear this name. You're not you're Elgin, right? On the oops, whisper Elgin. Well, since you're in the guard station, I mean that's the name that's been going around. In fact, I'll tell you what you know so far, Elgin, specifically because you were in the guards barracks. You do know that Commander Crestcroft went towards Castle Corvosa, and when he came back, he was very flustered. And
Okay.
then by the time he came back, that's when all this rumors come out, and you see all the guards going out into the city, and Commander Crestcroft is sending out the cities, and you can hear him screaming, "Get me those! Get me that! Get me Zolta! Get me Etu! Get me Abdul Malik!" Abdul Malik, we'll say for now, is with Zolta. By the way, I will probably be taking over him because there's been interesting developments with Abdul Malik, all according to what the player told me.
Okay.
So, yeah, there we go. Just putting up his character sheet. Oh, I don't need to because I have a Hero Labs. I'm silly. Anyways, so each of you start making your way down to Citadel Volshanek. those with the guards obviously are helping you get through the city and the town, largely unmolested. I mean, once in a while maybe you're stopped by a passing crowd, but they're not interested in you. Seems like everyone is out for this murderer. It's just going crazy now. So by the time you all make it back to the citadel, I mean, you were probably sitting there first. Obviously, Elgin, as you're just waiting outside the door of Commander
Yeah.
Crestcroft. He doesn't want to see you until everyone is together, because you can, and you just hear like um, Furious walking back and forth in the office, and maybe a little scribbling here and there, and maybe a little muttering under his breath, and sometimes saying things that are not so pleasant to the ear.
I'll be
And
sitting slightly further away after he starts
okay.
saying something that sounds disreputable.
So I would actually believe it took some time to find Etu because he's not under the locations he said he might be found.
Didn't he say he was going to the place?
Yeah, yeah, he was saying he was going to the place, but I see the guards pretty much going towards like his home, just like going past him. And by the time he like comes near the citadel, the guards are like, come, come, come. He's like, what's going on? What's going on? Like it was more largely unexpected. I don't really see the guards going up to him or like him coming up to the guards and just telling him come quickly, like with all haste, and he's a little confused. So Elgin comes in. You meet. I'm sorry, not Elgin. Etu. You see Elgin Etu. It's kind of confusing. So I'll call. What's your last name? Etu Lonin? Elgin? We don't know your last name yet. So Etu, you
Roger
come
doesn't
in.
know his last name yet.
So, inshallah. So, Etu, you come in. So Etu, you see like Etu comes in a little like worried, or there's a little worry on his face, and he just like comes in, and Etu, you come in, and you see Elgin sitting there waiting patiently.
Oh, good morning, Elgin. Wait, what is it morning?
No, it's like
Um,
or late morning, if I would say. Yeah, I guess it's morning. It's like 11 o'clock, right?
yes, I just greet him with a good morning. Do you
Waiting
know
for
why we're
everyone.
here?
Assalamu alaikum. Wait, no, never mind.
Is he yeah, you good there?
Nope.
You just hear from far away. So
Assalamu alaikum. Oh, Zolta's here.
Running through the door.
do you know why we're here, Elgin? Why they called us here?
Nope. I'm guessing it's something to do with the uptake and riots again, and the talk of a traitor. But
Alright,
apart from that, I've not been told.
I just sit and wait.
Just sit and wait for everyone to appear, and then we're allowed to go in.
So Zolta and Abdul Malik appear. They come in through the door, escorted by Officer Omak and another officer whose name you know, Elgin, but they don't quite know. You just know him as Officer Indris. He's just like a
Okay.
low-ranking guard. Anyways, so they come in. If you guys, so Zolta, you come in and you see with Abdul Malik, and you see Elgin sitting there near Etu, and Etu looks a little worried. And I don't know, how does Elgin feel?
He's just waiting
Mhm.
because at this point he's been waiting there for longer than everyone else, and it's,
Yeah, I would assume you've been waiting maybe for like half an hour now.
yeah.
So you guys walk in.
Hmm.
Say it.
Oh my God, I muted myself because I don't want to. I don't want you guys to hear me chewing. I greet them. Obviously, none of them are Muslim, so I can't really say Assalamu alaikum to them. I greet them and I asked them if they were waiting along.
Elgin just shrugs and says,
And
"There are longer times to wait."
I start heading towards his office.
So while Elgin was saying that, Zolta just walks off.
No, he shrugged. He said,
Yeah, but you didn't let him finish, so I made it seem like that.
"Oh,
So he walks off to the other side of the waiting room, and Officer Omak, he says, he steps out for some time, goes to Commander Cross' office, and after like he knocks, you hear knocking on the door, and you hear screaming, "Get them here now!" So you quickly hear footsteps getting quicker, 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 coming closer to you, and Officer Omak comes up, and he's like, you guys are free to enter."
Yes, sir. Give him a short bow and then move on into the room.
So you guys walk down the hallway, same hallway as before. You go to Commander Crestwell office. The door is open, and you step in. And I lost my spot. Okay, so you step in, and you see him just pacing back and forth, hands behind his back, and he looks up at you guys as you walk in. Who's the bravest one to enter first?
I'll enter.
Eld.
We all enter at the same time, basically.
So you all crowd at the door, getting stuck because it's only 5 foot wide. All right, so you guys enter anyways, and he looks at you guys and he says, "Sit."
We sit.
Hmm.
So, you know why I've called you here, right?
Yes, the riots. Picking
Right.
up again.
I just came back from Castles of Corvosa, where there was a confession of sorts on who the real killer is. And I'm sure you've doubtless heard the stories that the King's killer has already been named. Yet, there's something more going on here, I fear. Queen Iliosa could have quietly had this Trinia Sabor arrested at any time. Yet the way in which she revealed the information to the city seems like she wants the rights to come back. Typing in.
That's the name of the killer?
Seems like she wants her rights to come back. With the city the way it is, that girl doesn't stand a chance of a fair trial. They'll lynch her the moment they catch her. And even if she did kill the king, mob justice isn't the way. If she's innocent, the real killer, indeed if the king was even killed at all, can use this distraction to throw us off the trail forever. I'll pause for sometimes if you guys ever want to interrupt, but if not, I'll continue. So he continues on. Before Trinia is captured and executed, I need to be absolutely sure she's guilty. This is the law. This is the way we run things. And we need to catch her before someone else does. Luckily, I've managed to determine her last known address, a flat in Midland. Midland is right there in the map. The address is 42 Moon Street.
That sounds cool.
But soon, the rest of the guard will also know. And then the mob. These rumors have riled up the locals something fierce, and even the bands of Hell Knights and the Order of the Nail patrolling the streets are looking for her. Just roll another local on Hell Knights.
Can I just do an 1d20
Or
for...
if you are like a, I guess, no, yeah, just straight. Because
Thank God.
Alhamdulillah.
Hell Knights are something scary. For those who wouldn't, except for Zolta maybe, because he was sheltered in the Masjid most of his life here. The Hell Knights are the scariest thing ever. We're talking about a direct elite force straight from Cheliax, whose regiments and doctrines follow that of Hell itself.
Me no likey.
In order to become a Hell Knight, they have to defeat a fairly powerful devil. And they are notoriously ruthless in the way they enact the law. Anyways, they've been you hear now he's telling you that even the Hell Knights are out searching for her. On top of all of this, word is that Queen Elios is not satisfied with the Corvosan guards, what the Corvosan guards been doing to address the situation, and that she's preparing to disband the Sable Company, which is like the Marines here, and reveal a new order of specialized guards. For now, I've got a fair number of guards who are still loyal to me, but the problem is that I got them at work, keeping things from getting any worse. And if I were to send them in Midland, I'm afraid that's going to trigger an even bigger riot. I'm sure you can see where this is going. I need you to get to Midland. Huh?
You want to send us in replace of the guard because we're less than conspicuous.
He nods agreeingly. Get to Midland, find Trinia, bring her back to me so we can deliver her, safe and sound, to somewhere she could be interrogated, preferably with magic, so we could be absolutely sure in her role in Eodred II's death. Get in there, catch her, and get out without letting the mob, or Allah forbid the Hell Knights, from getting their hands on her.
Wait, he's Muslim?
I mean, everyone knows. It's like saying God forbid, right?
Okay.
Even atheists say, "Oh, oh my God." So
Mhm.
it's just like a common terminology. Um, so I was get her before the Hell Knights or get her. I have loyal agents and officers nearby to take her into custody. If you could get her to one of them, we'll be in the clear. Any questions?
Where are these loyal people that we can take her to?
He goes to the map of Corvosa behind him, and he points to certain locations around Midland. None of them are around the main streets, so it's around like certain corners and alleyways, and he starts marking them down. And I guess you guys can pull out like your own,
What,
no
what
she
was
or
42 Hell Street? No,
Moon Street.
Moon Street. 42 Hell Moon Street.
No, that's Hell Knights and 42 Moon Street. He looks
Yeah.
at you, just shaking his head as he corrects you. I can offer you up to 500 gold and to deliver Trinia safe and sound. But no, every minute you delay is one more minute that the mob will get closer.
Okay. Um, so let's head out.
Do you understand your orders?
Yes.
Yes, Captain.
Good.
Commander.
You're dismissed. And he goes back to the map of Corvosa and he starts muttering to himself. And you can hear, like, under his breath, he's like, why is this happening? But he expects you guys to leave promptly.
We left
Yeah.
promptly.
Eldrin will bow as he
Mhm.
exits.
He doesn't notice or look. He's just way too distracted now. So you guys make your way out of you start making your way out and you see Officer Omak again at the front desk. He's like, well, where are you guys going?
Out.
Okay,
We shouldn't. Yeah, we shouldn't like spread this, right?
got it. I'll
We
see if
want
anyone
to,
paying attention.
yeah. We want as much of a lead as possible against the words getting spread out.
Mm-hmm. So he just looks at you as like, okay, but he doesn't press the issue. And you guys move on towards Midland. So you guys walk out. Are you taking the main roads or like the side streets?
I would imagine that the main roads are crowded because of the riots.
So I imagine you kind of go through one of these alleyways, right? Like straight
Yeah.
through here. Oh, wait, man, where's my thing? Okay, so you kind of go straight through one of these alleyways,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe cut into there, and yeah, you're gonna have to cross the main street eventually. Um, it's just the way the town is. So you guys are traveling, and you're going down the alleyway. And by the way, remember it's still late morning. Okay, and as you're going down one of the alleyways, you turn the corner, and you see a man stumbling around, and he's just like he's stumbling, and then he ends up leaning on the wall, and you hear the clinking of something drop from his hand, and he looks down and picks it up, and it's some kind of bottle. Um, Elgin, you actually recognize this person.
Do I?
You do.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize him as Grau Soldado.
Oh. I go up to him and like pick him up, shake him down a little to clean him up.
So he looks at you, and he's like, Elgin? My Elgin! Just like puts his hands on you, like trying to hug you.
Growl, it's good to see you again.
You get this reeking scent in your face of you can guess what, and
Yeah.
he's just like, oh man, this has just gone down the drain, hasn't it? And he's just kind of like leaning on you, kind of, and he like leans his head to one side, and looks behind you, and he's like, who are and he just stops for a second, and his eyes widen, staring at Zolta, and he goes, "Neffy, Neffy,
What?
Elgin, you found Neffy? Oh, Neffy, man, it's been such a long time." Oh,
Behind
he gets off you,
behind him, I
Elgin.
just go like singing across my neck, saying, "He's just drunk. Don't worry about him."
So he goes up to you, um, Zolta, and he tries to like put his arm around your shoulder if you let him.
My lay on hands remove sicknesses, sir.
I totally forgot you just did that.
What did I say? You
Hold
okay?
on, that changes a lot of stuff. So so you go on to hold him, and at the same time, your hands start to glow, and you see his the redness of his eyes go away, and he see his eyes look a lot clearer, and he's kind of like shocked for a moment. He like blinks his eyes, and he looks around, and is like, who who are you guys? Who are you people? Elgin, what are you doing here?
Um, my friend, we've been sent on a mission from Cross, and we happened to run across you on the main street. Is all.
Starts rubbing his head like he has a major headache. He's like, "Oh man, oh,
My friend. I clasp him on the back, and say, "Maybe you should return to the Citadel. Have a
he
sit
looks like
down, have a meal."
he's like, yes, yes. Is it true? Did the king's dead and all these riots have happened?
Yes, I'm afraid it is true, my old friend.
Oh man, I guess I shouldn't. Man, this is all. I I can't believe the king died yesterday. He just starts walking away slowly towards the citadel. But like he's rubbing his head, is like trying to remember what's been happening, and then he turns back. He's like, "Never mind." And he shakes his head. He's like, "Thanks, guys. Thanks."
Uh, I wave him off and say, "Please stay at the Citadel. I shall come see you later."
Right, right, right. Right. Get some rest. That's good. And he just goes off around the corner. That simplified the encounter.
Melissa, he was getting ready to roleplay and everything.
Uh, so he goes off, and you guys continue on your way. I mean, alhamdulillah, you guys still saved on time. So you make your way um, towards Midland, and you go ahead and give me a knowledge local. I know, by the way, I'm sorry, guys, but being a city campaign, the two most popular checks are going to be perception and knowledge local.
I'm
That's
good at one of those.
I'm horrible at both. Melissa,
So yes,
this is not related to the story, but lay on hands when it says equal to half of my paladin level, so my half of 3 is 1.5. Does it round up?
rounds down.
Oh, so I have 3, okay.
Okay. So at two, it seems like Zolta and Elgin are like completely lost. They don't recognize this area, and you're like, no, no, I know the way. And you start picking their way, and you start going there. And as you guys start traveling there, you let me try to really appropriately paint the picture for you. As you guys are walking, the street the alleyways start getting a little more denser, and this is just a very densely part of the city. And if you look at like where you guys are ground level, there's very little sunlight, and it's not because there's no light. It's just because above you is a jury-rigged catwalks, overhanging roofs, lines of laundry, homemade bridges of rope and boards, and they create this like tangled and multi-leveled mess of gutters and upper floors and rooftops. You guys know this as the slums, but a common name of this place is the Shingles. The Shingles is
I thought that
pretty.
was in Old Corvosa.
It's started in Old Corvosa, but it has its way all around the city of Corvosa, especially around the poor districts. So there's a smaller portion in North Point. Like the biggest one is Old Corvosa. Period. Old Corvosa has the largest shingles area. But then there's like some points in North Point, but by like North Point is like very spread out. Maybe like very few buildings have it that are connected by certain like rope bridges. But there's a fairly good one around Midland as well. So these are just like the slums where the poorest people live, and they're not the safest places, but it's pretty much a city above the city, um, where the people who go parkour would go, I guess. And you recognize that too. This place, it seems familiar as you've been here before, and that you've been to this place, and it's like the walk you've taken a few times, and you start seeing familiar faces around you as they start looking at you guys walking through. And by the way, you do not look like normal citizens. You have, wait, did someone drop out?
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button.
Uh, so you have, obviously, I mean, you have Elgin. Maybe he looks the most normal out of you, but he has a bow on his back. You have Abdul Malik in his shield and sword in his sheath. Zolta with two axes on his back and and scale mail armor. And Elgin yourself, you have a bow and a falchion, which falchion's pretty large. You can't really hide that easily.
Yeah.
So these people are obviously looking at you a little worried, and you see them whispering to each other as you guys are walking past. And some of them really seem to stare at you specifically, Etu. Um,
Those are my aura of good.
yeah, that's only if they can detect good.
Oh, they can't.
No. But you do have
So
like
just
this.
people.
Yeah, but I would say like as you get like the more higher level you'll get as a paladin, the more nur you'll just radiantly shine. Not like you're gonna be like a torch, but just like people like the area seems to be brighter around you when really maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So you guys are making your way there, and you start looking up towards one of the buildings. That you realize this is the building, and you also look down at the piece of paper at the apartment number, and you realize it's up on the 5th floor.
It's
Right.
gonna
Does
be
it look like it'll
Sorry.
be
Mhm.
easier to access from the ground floor or the shingles?
Um, I mean, there's shingles all over the rooftops towards the top. I mean, you can maybe get up there if you want to start climbing, but generally, to get to the shingles, you need to go up to the top of one of the buildings.
Okay.
But you do see an entrance to the apartment complex,
Okay.
and
So,
as you look towards the side of the mailboxes, there's no names on it.
Any bright ideas on how to get in?
go
you can either go
bargain.
in.
You
We
do
can
see
like
some. Mhm.
we can go in like normal, but just like we kick down the beginning door.
So the door is okay. So you go down to the entrance of the apartment complex, right?
Hmm.
All right. Tell me what you do.
Can we give it a knock to see if anyone answers?
I don't think they would answer a knock because the whole city's after them. I doubt they're still in here.
It's an apartment complex, so as long as someone opens the door, we can get to where we want to go.
Oh, we're knocking on the complex, not the apartment itself.
Yeah.
And aren't they usually open?
You
Knock.
knock. No answer.
Open the door.
It's open.
Oh.
I was kind of hoping one of you tried to kick down the door just to find out it was already open. Um, but as you look inside, you see a stair. It's like a kind of like darkened staircase, and I mean the only lights are coming from like candles that maybe are in front of some of the apartments. You see this hallway with maybe doors on either side with numbers, and on the right side, right next to the actual entrance, is a staircase going up. And you do see
Staircase.
some people milling about, uh, going in from their apartment or out of their apartment and exiting, trying to get past you to exit the building or not. But most of these people seem to stare at you with like this.
Shouldn't some people be down, like cover the exit?
You can send some. Oh,
If you wish to.
let's send Abdul Malik to um.
I'll go up as well.
Let's keep Abdul Malik down to catch anyone if
I
she runs away.
I'll go up.
I'll go up as well.
I'll
I
go.
guess.
Right. So you guys start going up the stairs, You get to the second, you get to go up the first flight, you're on the second floor. You see more people in the staircase and look at you, and then you see some of the people, they look at you and then they think other when they're going downstairs and they think otherwise and just go right back up. They just seem you guys seem pretty intimidating. You're making your way up to the third floor. You visit more people. In fact, in all, as you start making your way all the way through, you see roughly about like 10 people along the way, and all of them seem skeptical and suspicious of you, unless you guys like try to actively talk to them. They're just gonna largely ignore, like just give you side glances. And you finally make your way up to the fifth floor, and you go down the hallway looking at that piece of paper, and you see apartment number 11. And it seems like you've taken these steps before, Etu.
Mm-hmm. Well, are we? Do we knock? Hello?
Yes.
Should we knock?
Hmm.
Is there like any hole that we can look through, Balazar?
There is a keyhole.
Okay, I looked at the keyhole.
It is dark.
Okay, nice.
I
Okay.
open the door.
As
Is
you
it
try to
locked?
open the door, the handle turns fine, but the door's not moving. It seems stuck.
Like like barricaded?
Something on the other side of the door.
Push it.
Doesn't budge. You have to give me a really good push.
Okay, like can three of us like push at the same time?
You can give me a strength test, and two can assist.
Okay, I'll assist. 1d20 plus 2.
Okay. So Etun, you put your shoulder up against the door, and you guys like are behind him, and you get, and so it's like 3, 2, 1. um, Elgin is standing like back as you guys push through the door. And literally, as you okay, so you guys crash into this room and immediately greeted with like the broken, I guess, like splintered remains of the chairs and tables that were set up by the door. And you see this one room flat with like everything that you'll need to have a bedroom. And there's a kitchen on one side, a painter's studio on another side, leaving a little space for very little else. On the counter, you see a stack of cheese and bread and several water skins. And on the easel, or in the studio, you see a half painted imp and a house drake fighting on top of like a seems to be in one of the masjids. And there's a single window overlooking the tangled rooftops of the city. And right below it is a bed. And on the bed, you see a form there underneath the sheets.
Tech table.
In fact, more than just a form, you see even a head out, but it's facing away from you, of blonde hair.
Hmm.
No
Try and do a
evil do you detect.
perception check on the room to see if there's anything else that looks like
Give me a
it
roll.
might be 23.
So,
23. So you rolled a 10.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, oh wait, don't you have a plus 14 now? When you leveled up?
how do you get a plus 14 in perception?
Uh,
It's a
did
lot
we
of
level
stuff.
up?
Well, you're level 3, right?
I'm only set to level 2.
So, yeah, you rolled a 24 then. You, okay, this is what you notice with your pretty good perception. The figure on the bed doesn't seem to be moving as someone who's sleeping would. For example, you only see like maybe the slight rise and fall of the sheets as they're breathing, but you don't see that. And you notice the slight breeze coming in through the window.
Okay. So I'll whisper to the party that she doesn't. Uh, it doesn't seem to either be real or be alive. Whatever's in the bed,
It's, like,
and then
there's only one way. There's
just
only one. We gotta approach it.
Can I look out the window and do a perception check?
All right, so you go. The window is directly above the bed, so you have to actually
Oh,
go to the
oh.
bed. But yeah, you go
I
up to the bed.
yeah, I check the bed.
All right, give me a will save.
Oh, nice. Oh my god.
So cute.
So, give me a perception check as well. Okay. So, um, you go up to the bed and you see this form of a slith, like fairly not fairly good shaped woman, and a blonde hair. And you go up to her and you're just staring at her, and you look out the window, but then your eyes immediately go back down to her, and you guys just see Etu just watching this woman. You're not under any compulsion, by the way.
Okay, can I wait? So he just like
What is
She's
it
just
moving?
watching her.
Is it moving? Does it move? I didn't feel it will say.
I know it's not moving though. Do you remove the sheets?
Uh, no, I shake the body, see if it moves.
You go to touch the body, and your hands go right through it, and then you can see like the shimmering outline that of something like kind of like a ghostly image as your hands go through it, and then
Mm.
your hands come back out, and the image is fully formed again.
Do I now know what it is?
You fail your will save, so no.
Could you guys do something?
I also walk up to the bed.
hmm You guys see that clearly. Etu goes to like
Yeah.
touch the person, and his hands go inside, and he just like comes out like he was just touching air.
I walk up to the bed.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a will save or
Yes, but
because
you
I'm
get
a
a +4
paladin?
bonus now that you have a reason to disbelieve.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Alright.
You know what?
I
Let's
shall
just.
do the same.
I think some of you as players realize now that this is an illusion.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
Are you gonna, tell me? Okay,
Hmm?
do I still believe?
Yeah, at this point you can figure out it's an illusion. I'm not gonna make you do any more checks. You know.
Can I look out the window now?
Yeah. At this point, you look out the window, and all of you give me a perception check to look out the window.
Bismillah. Man.
Actually, Elgin, if you want, you can keep yours.
Mashallah. I'm blind.
Yeah. I'll keep
Can I
mine
can I keep
for the
my what
moment.
was my eight? Wait, what was my 18 for?
You'll
Tell
see.
me.
So, with your original perception, when you looked out the window, with your original perception, you look out the window, you didn't see anything. But now that you're actually sticking your head out and you're looking, you see at the very farthest end of your reach a small little blonde figure running on the rooftops.
Oh,
I
I
asked
I
it, what
hop
do you
out of
see?
there.
I
She
motion to the
turns.
guys that I see her.
She turns back and she sees you guys looking at her. And at this point, the chase begins.
What floor are we? And wasn't Abdul Malik
Am I
supposed to be
faster if I
guarding
say?
the floor bottom?
Okay, so this is where. What was your question? I'm sorry, Said.
I'm saying wasn't Abdul Malik like supposed to be stopping this exact thing? Is he chasing
Yeah,
her?
but she left from the window.
Uh,
She's on the
S-
rooftop.
So this is what we're going to do. Go ahead and add your initiatives.
Am I faster without my weapon?
how much damage would I take if I jump off?
By the way, no, the rooftops is like this is the shingles now. You guys are on top of the shingles.
Yeah.
So let me get you guys on the map. Now I couldn't do that well. I just put a regular city, and it's hard to do like a bunch of stuff that you're gonna make. So the shingles is just like this mess of like just rooftops and catwalks. So we can say something like this. So just copy. You guys on the map? You see it?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Top left.
Good. Do you see where she is?
Hmm.
Way over there.
Mashallah.
So this is where we're gonna do something interesting. Um, Elgin, I have you twice for some reason. Okay.
Oh, it's because I
Yeah, it's a
roll
different
my
map.
character and it automatically puts it in.
Yeah, but you take the token on the wrong map, right? Or
Yeah.
So I added that back in. Did the rest of you put in your initiatives?
For mine.
It did
You can
not.
put yours. Go ahead.
I did.
So we're gonna do an interesting optional variant set of rules called chase rules that the Pathfinder actually sets up. So the way it works is like this. Each building represents like a card if you want. And then every time you get to them, you're going to be faced with some obstacles and you get a choice of checks to do. It's a standard action to go from one to another. Actually, it's a movement action to get from one to another, regardless of your actual movement, whether it's 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, right? But if you have 10 feet, for every 10 feet over 30 feet, you get a +2 bonus in all of your checks. And every
Nice,
10
+2.
and every 10 feet less than 30 feet, you get a -2.
Wait, can you explain that again?
Okay, you know what? Let's just get into the chase, and then it'll make more sense that way,
Okay.
right? Let me just pull up Trinia's stats. Okay, let's look at that. She has initiative of +3. D20 +3. Mashallah.
Oh,
23.03. Okay. Sending order. So this is what Trina's going to do. You see Trina, she's at this building right here. She's gonna have she's right now. You see there's like a narrow leap, as you can see right here, that she has to make between the rooftops, and she's gonna try to jump it. So acrobatics is pretty good. Okay, so and she makes it with flying colors. She jumps over that leap, and you see as she jumps over, she pulls out like a stick from her pocket, and she starts looking back at you guys.
not like this.
So she's now on the next building.
Obstacles.
Etu, currently on the building you guys are at, you see this rooftop is like very cluttered around, and just like there's laundry in the way, and there's like trash and debris and all over the place. Maybe people like from this apartment started throwing their trash onto this building. So I'll either need from you an acrobatics check or a climb check.
Okay. Let me see which one's better.
I'm not going to tell
Okay.
you the DC.
Alright, I know it's the same for both.
I'm not telling you. All right, so you easily were able to maneuver your way through these maneuver your way through these clutter and everything. The rest of you. So Zolta, climb or acrobatics.
About -3.
My guy Zolta.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Was that acrobatics or climb?
That was acrobatics.
All right, this is the rules now. If you fail that, there was a DC 10 acrobatics, right? If you fail by 5 or more, you become mired.
Wait, what is
Okay, actually, if you fail by 5 or less, I should say, you become mired, right? If you fail by more than 5, you fall off the roof.
I think we know what happened.
But he didn't fail by more than 5. So you
Okay.
see, as you easily bypass all these things, Elgin, you no, sorry, Etu. You hear like oh, and you look back and you see like Zolta getting like tangled up in all the laundry and just like oh, it's just eventually like he just like pulls out his axes and it's just slice. No, I don't know if you do that. You're a paladin. You're lawful good. I don't see you cutting up other people's laundry.
Maybe I
Um,
should just go on the road, walk and run.
Wait, what?
and you
Wait,
are as you look down, you see yourself about uh. So I mean the building is not really tall, so you're about like 25 feet above the ground, 30 feet above the ground.
What? How much would it hurt to fall down?
You want to find out? Go ahead and jump. Elgin, go ahead as you're trying to get through all this clutter and everything going on. Oh, I was looking at that 5. I was like, no way, Elgin. So climb or acrobatics?
Acrobatics. 17.
Okay, you
And
easily
I've
make
got
it through.
40 feet of movement.
Yeah, so that's a 19 then.
That's like
Okay.
how far do I move?
By the way, Etu, what armor are you wearing?
Light.
Right. Elgin, you're wearing medium armor, right? Sorry,
No
sorry.
armor.
Zolta, you're wearing medium armor.
I think so.
So you actually have a -2 on all your checks in addition. That means you rolled less than 5. But I already moved on. I'm not going to penalize you now. I'm not going to backtrack or do that. But next time, if you do that, it's not going to be good for you. So, Elgin and Zolta, Elgin and Etu, not Zolta. I keep putting you back. You didn't move. You
Oh.
got stuck.
Oh.
If you want, I'll put you on the street. Anyways, Elgin and Etu, you guys make your way through there, and you see it's now her turn again as she's trying to go through this. She's now on conveniently labeled 7. You see as she's going through there, like there's a flock. You hear like you see things flying about her. They look like giant mosquitoes, and you see as she's trying to make her way through this. She's what is she going to do? She is going to. Yep, she's just gonna like try to maneuver her way through this. Not gonna write down the check next to it, but she makes it through, and she's you see her like dodging and weaving throughout this these like actually for many of you don't know, I can say the name anyway. Bunch of sturges, many sturges. As she stepped on there, it seemed to like upset them, and they took the flight there. But they're all staying around that building right there. So she's gonna move on to the next one. If you guys look, she's like probably halfway
Can
done.
I like the a triple move or something?
You can now. This is the rules for triple movement. You will have to do a full round action, and you have to pass both tests.
All right.
Wait, what do you mean both tests? Climb and
So, like for
acrobatics?
example, if you wanted to move 3 in the first one, you had to pass acrobatics and pass the climb check, and you would move 3 spaces rather than one. Now,
Three
if you
spaces,
fail,
I mean 3 houses.
yeah, the thing is, if you fail one of them, you don't move, and if you fail 2 of them, you fall.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Can I
So I'll
double
tell
move?
you right now, on the building you on, you see like the rooftop doesn't seem so stable. So either give me a climb check or acrobatics.
Okay, I'm gonna do an acrobatics.
Okay, so you're just moving one.
What about
Yeah,
double
this
movement?
no double movement. As far as the rules of chase go, I think it was just single or triple.
I still got high rules.
The DC for
No.
acrobatics was 20.
Oh my god.
So Etu, let me just
Yeah.
double check. I don't think I think you'll only fall if you're trying to triple move.
Okay, good thing I didn't try it here.
I'm just double checking. Just double check. Quick. I'm sorry about this, guys. Sudden start, head start, chase obstacles, running a chase. Yeah, if you want to move 3 cards during your turn, you can do so by full run action. You must overcome both obstacles. If you fail either check by 5 or less, you move only 1 card. Oh, so you can actually move only 1 card still, even if you take your full turn. But if you fail both of them by more than 5, you can't move. If you fail one of them by more than 5, you can't move at
What's the
all.
point if you can only move one?
So, but you failed this one so spectacularly. There's no way you can move. You guys can make range attacks or cast spells during the chase. As long as it's a standard action. Do, 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 do,
Mhm.
do, do. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says you fall from the ledge when you're just trying to triple move. So you're just mired. You're stuck there.
Oh my
Um, so Elgin, go ahead. It is your. Oh, sorry, Zolta. Go ahead. It's your turn. Once again, acrobatics or climb.
I saw that even Etu had trouble up
That
ahead.
was on the other building.
So I'm thinking if there's any way to get down, because obviously my acrobatics is trash.
So you willingly jump.
No, like, is there anything soft I can jump on?
Give me a perception.
Oh my god, I might even. Bismillah. Merci.
You can't see anything. It's too quick. Things are moving very fast. You got like 6 seconds. So you look down. You don't see anything. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Okay,
5,
acrobatics.
4, 3, 2.
Ah!
You guys hear screaming behind you as Zolta gets frustrated. Elgin, your turn.
What do you mean I rolled
Uh,
it?
You
Yeah,
failed.
you failed.
Yeah, do I fall off?
No, I think you only fall off if you try to move too fast. So you're just getting
Okay.
really stuck. And I'll say like if you after like the next attempt, you'll at least get to the next square because you're moving slowly at least. So go ahead, Elgin. What are you gonna do? Acrobatics or climb?
acrobatics. Only slightly better. Nope.
I'll tell you right now, it was a DC 15 climb and DC 20 acrobatics. The
Oh,
DCs are different. So, uh, I'll say next time which one looks easier. Um, so yeah, you get stuck too, but that's just your movement action.
okay. Nah, I won't fire yet.
How far are you? Assuming like
200 and
each,
something feet.
each building is like
225, I think.
no, I mean like each building is 30 feet, right? So from this building to the next building is 30 feet. It's just not actually to scale. So 30 feet, 60, 90, 120, 15. Okay, so she's 180. So one increment range out.
Yeah, which is only
Okay.
-2.
Her turn. She is now on this building, and you see her start like walking on a tightrope and through a shortcut, and she's going to. Wow, this is not good. D20 plus this. You see her like as she's walking on the tightrope, she kind of like trips a bit and kind of like stumbles and grabs onto the rope really quickly. Um, but she doesn't seem to move this turn yet. But she's trying to make her way out. She got stuck. Yeah, two.
Alright.
DC 15 climb, DC 20 acro.
Wait, what's
Or do
my
you want to
climb?
move triple the space?
No, no, thank you. I'm gonna take the acrobatics. Go.
You ain't moving, boy. By the way, any special forms of movement like spider climb or flying can give major bonuses.
The 3rd level.
Uh, spider climb is a second level spell, isn't it? In it?
2nd level would mean we need to be at least 4th level. Wizard.
See what
No,
it is.
wizard could get it at third level. To get it one
Oh,
level
yeah.
early. Anyways, yeah, you seem to be stuck on this. You're not moving much. Zolta,
Another perception to see if there's anything.
nope, you can't see anything, man. Go,
Garbage.
go, go, go. 5, 4,
It
3,
seems like you're
2.
climb.
Ah, you know what? You're like at the lip of the next building.
You guys are still here.
Hey guys, what are you guys still doing here? Elgin, your turn.
Like,
DC
there's
15
there's
climb,
just
DC
one
20
police
acro.
building.
I'll
Oof.
go for a climb this
Yeah.
time then. Boop.
Do you want to try to move 3 spaces?
Oh god, I have to succeed on acrobatics as well, don't I? For the same
DC 20
DC?
acro. DC 20 acro.
Nah,
But if you
I'll be fine.
fail, if you fail by 5 or less, meaning if you get like a 15 to 19, you at least move 1 square.
Nah,
But if you
I'll
fail
stick
by
with
more than that, you won't move. Okay, you'll stay. So you'll go into the next building as you guys see Elgin make his way through. Her turn. Again, she's gonna try that same thing as she tries to go through that tightrope. But oh, she's not making much progress on it, guys. Etu, your turn. Quick. Acro climb.
And
Oh! And
run.
Etu, you make your way past the crumbling rooftop, and you find yourself next to Elgin.
Well done,
Zolta,
Zolta.
you see your friends leave you once again.
Quick perception. Whatever, I just jump off to the right.
Okay,
Oh my god.
give me an acrobatics check.
Alright, here.
40 feet down.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
You take 10d6 points of damage because you fell 200 feet.
No, 200 feet would be 200, 20 d6.
Say
Is
that's
it?
a lot.
Yeah, every 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
Say I think you might be 10.
Okay, you drop down. You guys look back, and your last image is of Zolta just looking over the bridge and just falling.
So don't do it.
Don't do it!
You have so much to live for.
Wait, how far up are
Pancake.
we? We're on like the 2nd floor, no?
Fifth.
You're 25 feet up.
Oof.
You're only gonna
That's not
take
that bad.
2d6 points of damage. 6 points of damage.
What?
And you
Oh,
land prone. So, now the rules for when you're on the ground. You would have to give me either dex. By the way, let's just assume this is just crowded, right? With people and other stuff. You would have to either give me to move. Just you can't move 3 spaces until you get back up, but you can
Okay.
still move a space each turn. You have to give me either strength or dex check.
These are alleyways, not main streets.
I know, but still,
Okay, I have to
that's
give a
the rules for
strength
the street.
or dex to.
But that's next turn because you'd have to take an action to fall. I would think because even you have to do 5 foot step to go out, and then another action to get up. So your turn is over for now.
Okay.
But maybe this will be easier for you doing dex and strength checks, right?
Yeah.
So
what?
So,
so I'm just looking at the DC for that real quick. Okay, got it.
what looks easier? Or do I
Running
need to roll?
keys.
So you are on this building, and what you see is this. This is like there's a like a two. There's a small gap between like two third floor. Like I guess like there's 2 points of the building that come up, and there's like a small little gap in between it. You have to either you can even try to climb it, which looks pretty difficult, or try to like squeeze through it, which might be a little easier.
I'll try for the acrobatics.
It's a escape artist or climb.
Escape artist. Well, I'm not trained in escape artist.
Then it'll be a straight dex check, or you could do a
Yeah.
climb.
21
Okay.
is a climb.
You, like a monkey, jump onto this, quickly clamber over it, and just continue on through your chase as you get to the next building. Huda! And you see that Etu. You see him. Is Yusuf still here?
Yourself.
Hello?
Okay, good. You see Elgin jump over this gap. Like there's a gap between like two walls, and he just like jumps, climbs over the wall itself, and gets to the next building. Um, did I skip Etu?
Did you? I still
No.
see Zolta. Did you go to Zolta again? I think you did skip
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I did. Okay, so Etu, you should have gone first, but it's okay. You just see Elgin climb over this, and what again? You see like these two walls and a small gap in between. You can either try to do an escape artist to get between it, or just try to climb this walls. It seems slightly easier to
Escape
squeeze rather than climb.
escape artist?
Escape artist or climb?
Oh my god, there goes
Yes,
my
I'm gonna pull out
acrobatics.
all the type of skills. Obviously, you can't do like a knowledge checks on these, but still.
Knowledge engineering to see if you can make
Uh,
the building collapse.
you squeeze through.
Oh.
Etu, mashallah, you only have a +1. So you squeeze through this little wall, this gap, and you see Elgin on the other building, and you go up to meet him. Zolta, give me a strength or dex check.
Dex. What happens if I do a dex, or what's the difference?
I think your strength and dex is the same, right?
Yeah. I'll
All
just
right,
do
go ahead.
dex.
You can do both.
DC was 16.
Wait, what?
So you're making some progress. I'll say you're halfway through, but you're not quite there yet. But at least you're moving.
Yes.
You just hear a voice from way down below. I'll catch up to you guys. And Zolta, you look,
There
you
you
you hear
go.
someone call back to you, and you hear Abdul Malik's voice. What are you guys doing here? What are you doing here?
Wait, where's Abdul Malik?
I guess I should put him on the map, huh? Okay, so
He's
let's
completely
put. I'll just put Abdul Malik.
next to me.
I have a hero point.
No, not next to you. He's just going to be like initiative 0. Okay, let's just do that. So he will be, I guess, at part 1, but he has to climb up. He's not going to do that. So yeah, he's running. He's trying to run up to you. He's like, "What are you doing? What's going on?"
Tell him there's
Is Abdul
nothing to
Malik?
explain. Just run this way.
Oh, so slow. Okay. He's not getting anywhere. I did Elgin. How did it? This is. I really messed up this turn order.
It's because you didn't do the ladies after me.
She's supposed to be first, then Etu, then Zolta, then Elgin. Okay, so I
Yeah.
guess we'll just go back to
Elgin
normal
went,
turn.
and then you went onto Elton.
All right, so we'll just go back
Okay.
to normal turn then. I don't think I skipped anyone. So she is also again. She's gonna try to get through that tightrope. She's not get. She seems to be stuck. She's getting really scared as she sees you guys getting closer and closer and closer, but she can't make it. She's not failing by a lot, but she's still failing. At two.
Escape artist again.
So no, you see as you're going through this, you see like a kind of hidden shortcut, or do you? You kind of see there's like this kind of like shortcut through the tops of this shingle buildings. So you can either give me a perception check to try to find the best path, or escape artist just squeeze through what you see. And it seems easier to do the perception. Yes, you make it through. You see a good path to go through, and you'll make your way through. And Elgin, I'll give you a slight bonus on your perception, though I don't think you need it.
Can I try and pass both and move triple?
Yes, you may. But the escape artist was a little harder, and you have a
Oh,
+1 bonus on that.
a little harder than the perception?
Yep.
Oh, never mind. I don't wanna.
Okay. Zolta, give me a dex or strength check.
Bismillah. Oh, mashallah. My lowest roll
You
yet.
trip and fall on your face into a pile of dung.
Oh,
No, you just you stumble and you don't move as you try to get through, and all this crowds just again screaming in frustration. Elgin, your turn.
All right. Elgin. What was looking harder?
Perception seems to be easier. Escape artist seems to be more difficult.
Perception. It is. 26.
Mashallah. So you, like, I feel like I'm not gonna be able to hide many things from your character. So that's Ed2's character. So you guys, you move up. You see that same path that Ed2 took, and you maneuver your way around it and through it, and you end up through the shortcut into the next building, which seems to have a narrow hole in the wall for you and Ed2. So Abdul Malik himself, he's going to try to get through this crowd to
Can
get to
I
you. Yeah.
try? Oh no, never mind. The escape artist is the other one, isn't it?
Yeah. So the Abdul
Oh,
Malik doesn't get anywhere. And back to Trinia. Trinia Sabor is her name. She's getting really scared now. You guys are much closer than you were before. She's just hoping and praying now she just gets through this spot. This spot. Oh my Allah, she keeps running so low. She's panicking now. But I would say, like, she is kind of like towards the end of the tightrope now. Because she hasn't rolled enough to fall, but she also has rolled, like, didn't roll enough to really get off the building. So then I want to make it as realistic as possible. At two. So on this, you see this narrow hole in the wall. Again, it's very similar. You can either try to climb through this little hole, or through around. You can either climb on over this hole, or you can try to do escape artist. But escape artist seems harder.
climb or escape artist?
Yep. You can't carry yourself over this gap. You can't seem to really climb over this wall right now. You're gonna be mired for now. You can't getting across. Zolta, Dexter strength.
Let's do some strength.
Maybe
Okay, you start making your way, you pushing your way through on the crowds. You get out of my way, get out of my way.
Can I do the other one too for a triple?
You cannot do triple when you're on the floor.
I
That's the
mean,
rule.
I can do it on the roof.
You can do it on the roof only.
What?
Elgin, climb or
okay.
escape
So
artist. And the climb, these DCs are fairly high, but climbing is easier than escaping.
yeah. So climbing will be the way to go.
Yes, you
Whee!
make your way over like a monkey again. You just jump over this wall and climb onto the other side, and you make your way yourself onto the other rooftop, where you see like this small leap that you actually saw Trinia have to make before, but now you're only 2 buildings away from her. At two, I'm sorry, not two. Abdul Malik again. He seems to be stuck as he sees you going on without Zoltan. He's like, I'll catch up. I'll catch up. Trinia, her turn. Come on, DC 20. I saw it on an 18, and then it went to a 2 because I have the 3D dice. Yeah, I'm saying the next check she's going to move to the next building anyways. She's just failed way too many times. Etu. Again, climb check or the DC was 20. So I will say you got to the lip of the building. Okay? But this is gonna take you a full round action to get to the next building. You can't do triple.
Okay.
The lip of the wall. You got to the lip of the wall. So you just have to climb over. But it's gonna take you a full run action to get
So where am
from
I?
7 to no, you're gonna take a full run action to get from you're gonna have to take the check for 6, but you can't do anything once you get to 7. You can't move triple spaces and yeah, etc. Because you're just like 1 there. So I mean, like you're right at the wall. You just didn't do it fast enough.
So I'm here.
Okay, you're basically at the bridge.
Oh.
So Zolta,
Can I try to double move?
okay, I'll try allow it, but you'll have to pass both checks.
Bismillah. Strength.
Oh.
Dex.
Uh,
Come on, I crit on the strength, you know?
So you move 1 space. Okay. So you're making progress finally. It seems like you finally got the hang of this. So you're making way through it, but you didn't go as fast as you kind of wanted to. Elgin, you are on. You see this again? This gap, this little leap you can make. You get to try climbing over it, or you could try jumping over it. The jump seems fairly easier than the climb.
So it's an acrobatics and a climb.
Yes.
And let's try with the acrobatics. And then if I succeed, I might do the climb as well.
You succeed on the acrobatics. The climb is a little harder. Would you like to do it?
Yeah, I'll try. Hey!
You made it. So as you're kind of cresting over the lip of this, you see Elgin sprinting across the rooftops, going 1, 2. Well, I don't think you want to get past Trinia, right?
No.
But I will say you succeeded the test on part 8, so you're like quickly going on the tightrope, and you're right next to Trinia right now. Unfortunately, that was a full round action.
That's fine.
Abdul Malik again failed. Trinia, she's going to try to get past you. Well, you're not really in front of her, but she's going to still try to get through this tightrope with an acrobatics check. Maybe this will be the one. Nope. But remember that stick I said she pulled out earlier?
Aye.
She points it towards you. And give me a will save.
Okay. Minus save.
That was a 10.
Yeah. +2 against enchantment spells and effects.
Daze is an enchantment spell, isn't it?
Maybe. Hang on. All spells.
Enchantment compulsion, mind affecting. Luckily, it was from a wand, so the wand's DC is 11. But you made it 12.
Oh. Yeah.
Not a high DC, but obviously it fails against you. You're not immune to the effects yet until it passes, and then you're immune for 1 minute. It's a strange little spell. But she's tried. Your character doesn't know what happened. She points this wand at you. You see, she says it activates. You see a flash of light, and then your eyes kind of get blinded for a second, but immediately your sight returns, and you're just okay. What happened?
Blinded by
Etu, your turn. You see, he's right next to Trinia now.
I will try and triple move.
I said he can't triple move.
Oh, I can't. Oh yeah, that's right.
Nope.
But
Okay, so you again see that narrow leap. You can either try jumping at it, which seems fairly easy. I shouldn't say fairly easy. Seems easier than climbing around.
acrobatics.
Okay, give me an acro.
Oh my god.
You go to make the leap, and as you then you realize like you don't have enough momentum, so you quickly stop yourself before you go over the lip, and you just realize, okay, I have to readjust you have to recalculate this. And you just go back to try to jump it again. Zolta, strength of dex.
I'll try to double move. Strength.
Got it.
Dex.
Got it. So
Yeah,
you moved
double move.
twice.
Yeah, double move.
So you're now on the same building as Etu. As you
Hey, what's
push
up,
through these
Etu?
crowds and slip through them and everything.
Shame.
Abdul Malik is getting absolutely nowhere. He's still back on square one.
Oh, he exists. I forgot.
Elgin, you are now
So
next to her. You don't have to worry about the
we're
check
right.
for this. Sorry?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're right next to the next building, aren't we?
Pretty much. In fact, she's probably like just started there. So you
Yeah.
can
Could
easily.
I
Mhm.
jump and tackle her down to the floor? Try and grapple her.
Okay, this is what I'll do. You can give me a grapple check. If you succeed her DC by 5, I'll let you both drop down to the ground. Meaning you tackled her rather than just grabbed her. Okay?
Okay.
Sound fair?
Yep. CMB check.
But what are the people thinking? Since it's so crowded, people must have
They
seen
don't.
us.
They just see you. I mean, you're wearing weapons and everything. Her CMD is 16. You
So I just
grapple
managed to
her.
grab her.
You grab her and you hold her down. And you see she's just like like straining through your grasp and everything. And she starts. You see her start saying things like, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." But she's not escaping your grip right now. So after Elgin was Abdul Malik, we did his. Trinia, she is now caught up in this. So what is Trinia going to do? She can either try to escape. Does she have escape order?
We'll fight back.
Or fight back? Uh, she will. So the DC. So if you're what's your CMB?
My CMB is 3. My CMD is 18.
All right. So the DC to cast while grappled is 10 plus the CMB plus the spell level. Correct.
Yes.
So that would just be for level 1 spell DC 14. She's gonna try to concentrate. She's gonna do a concentration check.
Yeah.
Me will save.
Okay.
DC 14.
Oh, I got 11.
Ah. So let's read the effect of what she just did. I can't even type it right.
Oh no.
How do you spell it? There we go. You all of a sudden get like you just feel this bubbling sensation in your chest, and it comes out, and you just get like pulled into a fit of like uncontrollable laughter. You see Etu, you see Elgin collapse into like manic laughter, just falling on the ground prone and just cracking up, holding his stomach. He's like, stop it, stop it, stop it. Just cracking up on the floor. And Trinia will then try to continue to move on. She is now on the rooftop with a very hidden path. So
What?
she's going to try to do a perception check. Her perception is +7. And she doesn't seem to find a way. She's still stuck there. But you see, Elgin is just cracking up. Etu, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Or that.
There's no or. You roll it, it does. The fact that you rolled 2 of them
No, no, no.
and they
Ignore
both
that.
failed by 5 means you would
I
have
wanted to
fallen
see
off.
what the other one would have got.
Too bad.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. You still didn't jump, but you see Elgin just cracking up, and Trinia's trying to escape. Zolta, it is your turn.
A double move. Bismillah.
Nope,
Bismillah.
nope. So you're
Alright.
stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Elgin, you're just cracking up on the floor. You can't do anything. But at the end of your turn, give me another will save.
Will save.
Wait a minute.
15.
Oh, wait. I just realized something.
Mm-hmm.
On the creature's next turn, it may attempt a new save to end effect. It is a full round action. If the save is successful, the effect ends. If not, you continue laughing for the rest of the effect.
Yep.
So you're going to laugh. Continue laughing for a total of 5 rounds.
That's fine.
That's laughable.
So,
This is the second round.
no, this is the first round.
First round.
So you have 4 more rounds left of you just having the time of your life. It was like the funniest joke you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Okay. Abdul Malik, I don't even know what's the point of rolling him anymore. Never gonna make it. Oh, he made it! I'm making my
Making the
way.
double moves.
He's not. I have to really scroll all the way up for that. Okay. Trinia, she's again gonna try to find a way through this. She's trying to look for a way around. How can I get past? No, she's not. She's stuck again. Okay, Etu, it's your turn. You're not making any headway.
How many times until I just automatically move to the next?
This is a leap, and so I don't actually see it as automatically moving. If you're gonna have to jump over a gap,
Oh my.
I see making headway and other things, but not in this case. It's just DC 15, man. You're just rolling really low. Zolta, give me a check. Strength of Dex. Nope.
Alright.
You can give me another one. Ooh, okay, you're gonna move 5. Go ahead and move yourself to the next building.
Oh my god,
Gotcha, I
I
moved you.
passed by Zolta.
So yeah, Zolta passed you. Elgin, another round has you cracking up. Stop, it hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. Abdul Malik, what's the point? Trinia, again, she's just trying to find a way through this. How can I get past this? How can I get past this? I found a way. And she moves on to the next building.
Oh my god.
Etu. By the way, I'll tell you right now, there's 15 buildings. If she beats you guys, you've lost her. But you jump over the gap. Do you want to try to go for a triple move?
If I fail, what happens?
If you fail by more than 5, DC 20, you are not moving.
Boy. Aha!
So no, you're just gonna go?
I did. I got a 22.
Oh, wow. I didn't. I guess it was late for me. Okay, so you get inspired by this, and you leap through this and climb through. Like you leap through the gap and parkour off the wall, and you just jump through these buildings. So 1, 2, 3. You're right next to Elgin, and you see him cracking up.
Can I slap him?
You can slap him, but it's not gonna do anything.
Okay, never mind.
Anyways, it was a full round action, so you're gonna have to slap him your next turn. Zolto.
Alright.
No, you're not moving. Elgin, another round. Got 2 more left.
Wish it
I
was
didn't
my
actually expect you to fail it, but it was fated to happen, I guess. Yep, he's not moving. But Trinia, what is Trinia? She is on building number 10. So it's like very steep as she's trying to make her way down the rooftop now. But it doesn't seem too hard. So she's actually going to try an acrobatics check, which she automatically will pass anyways. And she makes her way deftly through the steep rooftop and down onto the other side.
Oh my god.
That was her turn. Etu,
Mm-hmm.
you have to either. Okay, so this is a very cluttered area. You can't. Either you're gonna have to like try to give me a perception check, which is fairly hard actually, to find a way through this, or give me a climb check, which is even harder.
Perception. Oh my god. It hit like the edge of my screen and became a 3.
Yeah, you can't seem to find the way. It's
Didn't
very
you-
difficult.
But didn't
Fine.
he see the way she went?
And I was like
Wouldn't
3
that give him
buildings.
pause?
Yeah, but he was way too far for that. She kind of just like disappeared in the clutter. Zolta,
Bismillah. Bismillah.
no, you're just gonna move 1 this turn. So we have Elgin next. 1 more round left after this.
How far,
Mhm.
where did I move exactly?
I moved you already.
Oh.
Can someone else roll Abdul Malik for me? It's just +2.
Zolta.
Okay, not getting anywhere. Trinia, she is now in building 11. She's looking around and you see
How many more buildings?
she's on number 11 out of 15.
Oh my god.
No. Wow, that's not good at all. So D20 plus 3, as you see, like she kind of leaps up in fright out of something there. She tries to get through it, but doesn't seem to make it. Etu, it is your turn. Again, perception or climb. Nice.
Got him.
So you get to the next building where you see just like it's very steep, but you see Trini on the other building, and she looks much closer to you, like within grasp. Zolta. Nope. Elgin.
Mathematics too,
This was
but
the last round, so next round you get to act normally.
Yay!
Oops, I don't know what that symbol what is. What I just put on you by accident. Roll me Abdul Malik as I continue. He's pretty much out. You know what's the point of enrolling him? He's never gonna catch up. He'll catch up when this chase ends. Trinia again. She's trying to make her way through. She's trying to see how can
Not an at 20, by the way.
for what?
A 1d20 plus 2.
Oh wow. Okay, you did move.
mathematics.
Jazakallah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm making headway. She is not getting anywhere. She seems to be scared off by something. Etu.
Alright, now what do I do?
Your turn. Okay, so you see this steep roof, but it doesn't seem too hard. Either you can give me a climb check or acrobatics check to get down. The climb check is easier, but it's really low DCs.
Oh my god. Hit
You
my
start
screen.
you start going down and you start slipping. So you grab onto one of the tiles and you stop your fall, but you don't make any headway. Zolta,
Oops. Bismillah. Bismillah.
you move one space. Out of the way. Move.
Why do these ground people get 2 rolls?
I realized that afterwards. That seems kind of unfair, but honestly, Zolta probably not going to win anyways. And even if he does get to her, he has to climb up onto the building. So,
She can't stay on the buildings forever.
so Elgin, you get up.
Yeah.
You don't even know what made you laugh. And then you think back about it, it's like, wasn't that funny a joke?
Yeah.
So again, you see this very cluttered rooftop. Either you're gonna have to give me a hard perception check to try to get through, or even a harder climb check to get around.
Perception!
You're amazing at perception.
Damn it.
DC 20. So you're at the edge, but you didn't get out fast enough.
Yeah.
So next turn you can't triple move. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
But you'll start pretty much at number 10, at the next building where Etu is. Abdul Malik will happen when Abdul Malik comes. Trinia. She's really scared off by something here. What is it? What can she do? She makes it. She finds a way, and she kind of see her duck under something that's kind of the air seems to be shimmering a bit, and that no one rolled it. Okay, so she makes her way through to the next building, the 12th one.
There too.
Uh,
Dun, dun.
Etu. Now again, Etu, you need yeah, acrobatics and climb check. I mean, this would probably be a good building to go triple movement, honestly. Acrobatics was good. Do you want to try to go triple?
Maybe. Yes.
Bismillah.
I'll tell you right now, it's a DC 10 climb.
Ooh.
So, 1, 2, you automatically pass the check for her building, but you're right next to her. And as you
What
get
was the thing that was scary? What did I see?
you see her, you ran past a spider's nest. A large
Oh,
spider's nest.
Dire
That's-
spiders.
And you see a few eyes staring at you as you go past.
nope.
Not few, many. So you get to her, and you get her right next to her, but at the end of your turn, and she kind of looks back, and she points the wand at you, and she stops for a second saying, Etu? Zolta, your turn.
Alright, double move. Ooh. Come on, brother, sorry.
Wow. Okay. Uh, go ahead. So it's 1, 2.
Wait, you
Um,
did not me to do that.
can you not?
That was by accident. That was by accident.
Allahu Akbar. Um, so, uh, you are you pass? Yeah, you passed Elgin. Wow.
Hey.
But you just hear like someone below you. You can't really see that much. Someone below you in the crowd just getting moving faster. Elgin, it is your turn. You technically are on building number 10. But you can't triple move. So again, it's a steep slope. Either acrobatics DC 15 or climb DC 10.
Go for the climb.
Okay. Yeah, you totally make it. So go ahead. So you
Yeah.
go ahead and move on to the next building.
Nice.
Um, okay, good. So Abdul Malik, he's out of sight by now. No one knows. No one has any idea. Um, so it's her turn, and who is the close? Who's the one? You guys can't really see, can you? Elgin is behind one of the buildings. Oh no, you made it to. No, you made it through. So you see the spider's web, and if you look through the spider's web, um, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right. 16.
You can kind of make out the shape through the webs of Etu and Trinia, and they don't seem to be really moving. And you hear like low whispering. Not whispering, but you hear like slow talking. But you can't make out what is being said. Etu. So you did that. No, that's her turn, right? It was her turn. So
Yeah.
she's staring at you at this point, and okay, so no one really knows what's going on there. Okay, and so Zolta, go ahead.
Bismillah, bismillah.
You move 1 square. You're right under the building. By the way, Zolta, give me a perception check.
Bismillah.
Wow, that was your first good perception check. Because otherwise, I would have had you kept running, not realizing that that Trinia was right there. Okay, so this is what your character sees. You saw Trinia and Etu cross this bridge onto the building, but you haven't seen anyone leave the building yet.
Getting even harder.
Okay, because you can't really see on top of the roofs. But you can probably see those catwalks. Elgin, you will have to either give me, by the way, Yusuf.
Hmm?
So you have to give. So where were we? So you see this large spider nest, and you see all these eyes around you. You're gonna either have to give me a survival check to like get through, or knowledge nature.
Okay. Survival. A. Not
Okay.
20.
So you make your way to the other building, as you see Etu pulling out a rope to tie up Trinia. And Trinia is not running away right now. She's just looking around scared, and she sees you. And then as soon as she sees you, she pulls up her wand again.
I tell him to get a little back.
Now your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Her turn. Give me a will save, Elgin.
All right. Hup, boop, boop. Hey, 25.
You just like stop that nonsense right now. She just like looks scared, and she looks like she's about to run again. So that's what she's going to do. As she tries to make her way through this rooftop, you see like there's like this kind of like bandit all of a sudden appears from around the wall, and she's gonna try to get away from him. So I want to say, okay. So what's her checks on this? Wow, it's the same for both. So you do hear so Etu. Well, you have. She's gonna. Let's see if she gets away.
Oh,
Yes, she does. She's kind of like she while running, she kind of like shouts at this guy, and he just like backs off like really intimidated for a moment. She makes herself over to the next rooftop, and you just see Etu there with the rope in his hands, looking very confused and kind of looking at you a little upset, Elgin. Etu, it is your turn.
no more chasing. What do I have to do?
Uh, so again, you see that guy in the way, and he's like looking towards you with his dagger out in his hand. You can either give me a bluff check to get through him or intimidation check.
Alright, which one's higher? I'm gonna intimidate. You know those cowboys with the ropes?
Mhm.
I start swinging that in an intimidating way. Intimidate.
Yeehaw!
Oh.
Answer.
DC 10 and intimidate.
Thank God.
You now have you're over here and you're up to Trina again, but you have a standard action. What do you do?
I continue what I was doing.
You try to grapple her.
Not by force.
Okay, so are you gonna roll a grapple check?
Sure. What am I supposed
Go
to
ahead.
roll?
TMB. You already know her CMD is 16.
CMB?
You roll a CMB.
Yep.
You grab her. And she looks at you scared, saying, "Why are you doing this?"
Why are you running?
Zolta.
Okay. I want to move to.
And you can clearly hear her
This
saying
building.
also, like, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me."
I want to move to this building, by the way.
You wanna what?
I want to move to this building, the next building.
You mean to the next alleyway?
Yeah, I want to go inside this building and come up here and make sure she doesn't get here. Is there a ladder here or something, Balazar?
Well, first get there.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I would-
Okay. Okay, so you get there, and you're gonna have to give me a perception check for the next round. We could give it to me now, but I'll tell you for next round. Can't seem to find an easy way up. Looks like a straight climb. Elgin, it is your turn. And you do see Etu grabbing her as you have to give me sorry, flipping through pages. You have to again try to get past this guy, either a bluff check or intimidation check. It's the only way he's gonna let you through.
Intimidate. It's the only one with a positive. Just shout move at him.
You pull out the badge.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm out. He just like dips. Just runs
Why
off the
should
building.
random guy on the roof with a
I'm tired of
badge?
these people screaming at me. I'm gone. I think this isn't worth it. I'm better than this. Just walks off. Alright, so you get to the other building. You can try to assist Etu.
Yes. Can I try and pin her?
That's really up to Etu. But what you can do CMB B to 10, and if when he tries to pin her, you'll get a +2 bonus.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the best way I see assisting working out in the rule system.
22.
Yeah, so you definitely assist. So his next roll is going to have a +2 bonus. What did you roll before? 22, right? Oh, he had a +6. So now he's a +8 on this next CMB check. Abdulmalik, hey, over there. She's going to. What is she going to do? So she hears what you said to her, Etu.
Mhm.
Give me an intimidation check or diplomacy.
Oh, come on.
That is, what you said was pretty intimidating.
What a face kid.
Yeah, what did he say exactly?
You don't know. You're on the bottom. You're 25 feet below on the ground. She stops for a second. She loses her turn for this round, but she doesn't do anything. She doesn't give up or anything. She's just so wary. So you're still gonna have to do a CMB check. She's not defenseless, but she's not taking any actions right now. go ahead, Etu. Give me. You can try to pin her down to the ground. The way grappling works, kind of. And grappling's kind of confusing. But you can grapple them. Next check you can pin them, and next check you can tie them, if they're resisting completely the entire time. So go ahead and give me a +8 bonus or your CMB to try to pin her down.
+8 bonus.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So total is +8. So your CMB +2.
Oh, so it's my CMB +2.
Yeah.
Yes.
+2 because Elgin is assisting you in this.
I thought I meant like a +8. Oh my god.
You gotta be kidding me. I will say because of Elgin's assistance, though, you haven't let go of her, but you're not able to pin her down. She's still fighting back. Zolta, you want to try to get up there?
Why is
No, I
diplomacy
want to go.
like?
I want to get up to the next building.
Go ahead.
Okay, bismillah. Oops.
Nope.
Ignore that. Ignore that. That's something else.
Yeah, but I'm still accepting that 7.
Okay, that's a perception 7.
It
Whatever.
really doesn't matter. You rolled a 7. +2 would have been a 9, but you still failed. Elgin, you can try to assist him again.
Okie dokie. 10.
You're assisted.
Yay!
Because it's just to be DC 10, right?
How does this thing work?
Give me another intimidation or diplomacy check. That too. And you're gonna have to tell me what you say now, and now Elgin can hear.
Oh my god. Hold on.
Okay. What do you say?
I tell her it's better that she comes with us instead of letting the, what are they called? Brothels or
Hell
Guards?
Knights.
Oh, not Hell Guards, Hell Knights. Wait, what are they? I tell her how the Hell Knights. It's better if she comes with us instead of the Hell Knights finding her later on.
She relaxes in your grip, and she starts breaking down in tears and starts sobbing as your arms and your chest get soaked with her tears. And she says, "I've been set up. I didn't kill the king. And I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die." She just breaks down sobbing completely in your arms, and she doesn't resist anymore.
Alright.
Solta, give me a check. You have no idea what's going on.
You're like, gotta keep going. Gotta keep going.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Like my teammates are relying on me.
Just goes all the way.
Yeah. So I guess we could turn off the turn order now, right?
Yeah.
You guys, I guess tie her up or like what? What do you do?
The hands.
Okay, you tie up her hands. She looks up at you, both of you, and is like, Where are you going to take me?"
Trace the guard. Is it the guard sable brothels? What is it called?
What are you talking about?
Oh wait.
We'll dig to the safe house.
Oh yes, right.
The safe house where?
Oh, which one is closest from where we are in Midlands?
There was no safe house per se. It was like her agents, right,
Yeah.
around the area. So you yeah. So you okay. So a few things are gonna have to happen now. You guys are gonna have to make your way back down. I'm not gonna do major checks on this, right? But you're gonna have to make your way through the city undetected.
We continue to the rooftop.
So you can, I mean, like, how are you gonna try to get through to those safe houses? There's people on the streets. How are you gonna get through without alerting anyone what's going on?
Roof.
Move
Can we like
around the
have her wear
shingles
a
as much
hood,
as
hood or
possible, and then give her a shawl or something to cover her head
Okay.
and face.
But do you make it look like she's a prisoner of sorts, or is she like walking? But she's following you. You don't have to like force
Yeah.
her. She's
Hijab.
walking behind you. Zolta, while you're continuing on, give me a perception check.
Guys, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna help my team.
I'm gonna save the day.
Why'd you roll so many times?
Double movement. You know, I'm rushing right now.
Okay.
Stop.
So this
Yeah.
is what happens.
I think Elgin alerts.
Zolta,
Yes.
as you are trying to find a way around, you see guys like this approaching you.
Oh no 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 no.
Can I tell they're Hell Knights?
Zolta,
Yeah.
smile and keep walking.
They
Smile and
see
wave, boy.
they see you
Smile,
pushing. They saw you pushing through the crowd, and
smile away. Alright, we don't know Zolta. Let's keep going.
they see you
Do we see this?
pushing through the crowd, and you see one of them approaches you. Halt!
Can I tell they're Hell Knights?
Yes, you can. As you can tell from the heraldry on their things, they're wearing black spiked full plate armor, and their helmet is in the shape of a devil's face.
What about the people behind Zolta?
Oh, they are petrified now. No one is moving. Like everyone that was in the crowd, everyone has stopped and staring at them and slowly backing away, kind of leaving you to your fate.
Buzzer, where's the Mujid from here?
You are about 20
Yeah, the guy.
kilometers from the
No, like
masjid.
what way? What direction?
What do you mean?
Okay, whatever, leave it.
I think he was trying to make the excuse that he was rushing to Salah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. You can try that, but that's a bluff check.
Okay.
Okay, how about this? You can say I was rushing towards ibadah, towards good deeds.
Yeah, say that.
Okay, and then just assume maybe he meant salat. By the way, do you guys want to know what a Hell Knight looks like?
Yeah.
It's loading in. So go ahead and give me a check.
I what check?
I'd like that armor, but it doesn't feel like it would fit me.
I what check, Pastor?
Dear God. What kind of check?
Diplomacy, I would assume.
Ooh, bismillah.
Let's say they got a good roll.
Okay. So they look at you. So what I need from you guys, Etu and Elgin, you can either give me stealth checks where you can assist each other, disguise checks,
Mm-mm,
or
mm-mm.
maybe
Sorry.
knowledge local to find your way through these alleyways.
Do we see this?
You hear this, and if you peek over the edge, especially Elgin with his amazing perception, you recognize these knights.
I whisper to Elgin, I'm like, I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, I think it's best. I think Zolta can handle himself. And us stepping in with a wanted fugitive would be the worst thing possible.
Right, I think we should escape out of here. Stealth.
Yeah.
Just imagine you guys like Scooby Doo, just like tiptoeing in
Guys,
the
you guys always,
background.
I don't even know these guys are just gonna leave. You know, I'm just gonna keep on running.
So, Zilta, you're like, oh, I'm rushing to Ibadat, and one of them steps up to you, and like pushes you back, and he says, um, and he says to you, you better watch where you're going then, or we'll watch it for you.
Uh, I, you know,
There's
I'm
Zolta.
not, I know
1v4
not, I
them.
know not to like, I know just try to keep a low profile right now, so I just like okay, and then just let them pass.
But you do notice with your amazing perception as well that they didn't escape through this way, and maybe they've caught each other, maybe they're mired up there. You don't know quite, but you feel safe.
Bob the Malik. What happened to him?
He,
Eventually,
Is he next?
oh
Is he
my! I
next to
really had to
Zolta?
scroll all the way up for him.
Is he with Zolta right now?
Eventually, as you make your way, he's like he eventually makes. I mean, the crowd is pretty much stopped, right? So he's able to make his way towards the end of the crowd, and he sees what's going on. But he sees the Hell Knights walking away after pushing Zolta as they make their way out, and yeah, he comes up to you, Zolta. Is like, "Are you okay?"
yeah, I'm fine. I didn't see them move past here, so
Mhm.
let's go.
So now, it's kind of like split party, but it's okay. I assume everyone starts making their way back to the safe houses.
Can
Um,
we write
mhm.
down a note up here, just in some type of like, we're moving on to the next place, Lord
I mean,
Elgin.
maybe you guys were just stealthily like waiting for them to pass, right, to see what happened. So then when the Hell Knights are gone, you could just be like, "Caw, caw."
Yeah.
He looks up, sees you.
Can I can just roleplay going up here, right? And I'll roleplay.
or you can roleplay them coming down. But yeah, I'll just you guys can roleplay that scene where that you called down, he looked up, and then how do you inform him?
I just wave up to him.
So I just go inside. I just go up. I guess there's a ladder or something here, maybe.
How many times does he fail the check, falling back down?
A few times. He makes his way up, and you see as you come up, you see Trinia is like a sobbing wreck in the shawl that they covered her up with. Which honestly, I have no idea where you guys got the shawl from, but we're
Uh,
just gonna
It
let
was
that
just a piece
slide.
of laundry on the side.
Okay, yeah, someone else's laundry you took. Zolta doesn't know that though. And you
I
cover.
try best, just like I'll leave some gold for a valuable replacement.
Not even gold, man. I
Leave some
think like a few.
copper. Some
Yeah, I
copper.
think a few copper would be fine.
Few copper or silver, whatever.
Silver, yeah. Oh, so you leave so insignificantly. I'm not going to deduct it from your gold. Um, so you leave that, and you see a person in a shawl laying down, and you just hear sobbing coming from underneath.
I asked, so that is that her?
Yes.
I say that obviously we don't want to attract too much attention. We have a fugitive, so let's just go through the roof.
Yeah. Head across the roof stealthily as possible, and then if we need to go down, try and disguise us.
Mhm.
Keep eyes off us as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So follow the
guys,
plan.
so I'll let you keep your stealth checks. Actually, yeah, just to hide her, right? Not necessarily to hide yourself, but to hide her. And you make your way through. You make your way back to when we're in the safe places that the Commander Croft told you you can find someone, right? And
Who's that someone?
Just any old guard that he can trust, I think was the
yeah,
wording.
I'm trying to find out exactly what he said. What do you say? Get to Midland, bring her back to get her in custody. I'll have loyal agents as officers nearby to take her into custody. So you guys go up to you find you're walking and you're looking towards the area and you clearly see one of the guards watching the crowds and you see one like a mob here holding like broken down pieces of chairs and some of them seem to have like a butcher's knife or daggers and they're just going through town. It's like get the murder, and they're just going past and you guys are waiting in the alleyway for them to pass. And eventually you go up to the guard and he looks towards you and you recognize him. It's the same officer
Irene.
Idris.
Idris.
Irene.
There we go. I knew it was an I. I was just like, Irene, that sounds good.
He changed gender apparently. No, it's Officer Andrews. He looks towards you. He looks at you. He looks away and then like kind of double glances back. Double takes you, and then his eyes go wide, and he's just like looking around, making sure no one's watching, and he just like nods his head towards the back, towards the alley, as he sees you now with a fifth figure in a shawl or some kind of laundry sheet.
Yeah.
So you follow him into the alleyway, and he takes her. He goes with her, and he goes, "Is this her? Is this I mean, the artist?"
Aye, she claims innocence as well, so be mindful of that.
Kind of nods, but skeptically. Um, he's like, "Okay, I'll see to it that she makes her way to Commander Croft safely." And you're welcome to accompany me, but I think the larger our group is, the more attention we'll attract.
Yes.
Can I go with him?
Sure. If you want, anyone can volunteer and go with him.
I say I think it's still I don't know.
Still
I
what?
think it's
We
best
should
if
send
we.
once.
Okay.
Do any of us know this guy personally? Do we?
Uh,
I don't know.
Elgin knows him, but the rest
Yeah.
of you don't. If you guys, I mean, you guys are always free to do sense motives whenever you want. I'm not going to force you.
That's
But
motive. Let's go.
Nope.
He sounds a bit of the
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
Elgin, you rolled twice. Oh, that was stealth.
Yeah.
Zolta,
Yes.
You just have no. I feel like you're a person who just cannot relate with human beings. You have like a silver tongue, but when it comes to empathy, you're very poor.
Like in real life.
So Elgin, you do see him that he seems skeptical, but he's not going to disobey an order from Commander Crosscroft. Um, CCC, Commander Crosscroft. I'm not
Hmm.
going to make it KKK. Um, so anyways, yeah, he seems he's not going to disobey an order. So Etu, you said you're going to go with him.
Yeah.
Okay, Etu, you go with him, and the rest of you, I assume, just make your way normally down towards
Yeah,
Citadel Volshinek on your own.
a similar sort of path. So if we hear shouting and "There's the traitor," we
Hmm.
can rush off to help. But
Right. Yeah. So obviously, like you guys are going, you guys are taking the main roads, while I see them taking the side roads. Right.
yeah.
So you will pass through Eodred's walk, while Etu is more likely going down another path with the guard and Trinia. So you guys are walking along, and I'm kind of lazy, so I'm thinking about taking a special token. I'll just take this one. Copy. You are. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do multiple things at once. Basically, I'm trying to not let you guys know. I'm trying to segue and get an area set up. So, um, Etu, you're traveling with Trinia and this guard, and she's head down quietly. The guard's in front leading you. She's just following, and I guess you're like next to her, right?
Mhm.
The walk is mainly quiet. You don't see that many people along the way. Just every once in a while, you see a drop of like water or a tear fall from the shawl into the ground.
Mm.
Strong silent type, I see.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Actually, I ask. Wait, is Indris the one in charge here?
He's the one, the guard right in front of you. Yeah, he's kind of in charge. Yeah. Right now, he's in charge. He's the one with authority.
I ask. I whisper to him like, what kind of like, you know, how are they gonna treat her and everything?
They're gonna interrogate her, but more humanely, I would assume. Commander Crestcroft is not one for torture. At that, like, do you see like the shawl kind of like pick up, like a little, like do you see that like her head is kind of like picked up a little bit, then it goes back down.
Yes, I said whisper.
Hmm?
I said whisper.
Oh, you whispered it to him?
Yes.
Yeah, she still heard. You're like
Mm.
right next to each other. He's not going too far away from her. So while the rest of you are now in Drid's Walk and you're going down, so let's actually move you guys to this town.
And I'm just a spectator for now.
So you guys are right here. Do you see that?
Yep.
Good. And Etu, you're up here.
That's not too far. Oh, the
Not too
madman's
far.
still
They
there.
said they were following closely to you.
The madman's still there.
And as you are traveling down, you again you see Ojich Walk. Ojich Walk seems very crowded, but not because of merchandise. It seems people are like the gossip is going down. It's like I wonder where the murderer is. Where can she be? Oh, that artist. I heard she poisoned the king after painting his picture, and like all these things, like all these rumors going along, and many things you can hear when you um. So while you're walking, give me perception check. You three, um not him. By the way, Abdul Malik's perception, if you wish to roll it, is a +9.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
No, no.
What?
Okay, go use the bathroom, but okay, I guess we're gonna take a bio break soon, but we only have until 10 anyways. Whoa, that's a 30.
Huh. I do one thing really well.
Okay. What do your elf eyes see?
Right.
Have you
The
ever
whole
watched
thing
Lord of the
about
Rings?
that is elves don't see the curvature of the earth, which is why they see so far in Tolkien lore, which is
Really?
wonderful. Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that. Subhanallah, interesting. Um, cool. Because I remember seeing a documentary. It's like, how can well, I forgot the elf's name, see like literally so
Legolas.
far in it. Legolas, and how can see so far and able to do those things. And I didn't catch that. So, anyways, especially you, Elgin, you feel your feet, like you feel the ground on your feet rumbling a little bit, and it's getting rumbling a little more and a little more. You catch it first. Etu, you don't obviously. I didn't say Etu. Zolta, did you roll another perception check?
No.
All right, go ahead and roll also.
The
I'll
Malik,
roll up the
yes.
Alex. It's a +9.
I
Plus
did it.
9.
It was a 19.
Oh, okay. So eventually, Abdul Malik knows this also, and he's like, "Do you guys feel that?" And Zolta, at first you don't feel anything, but then all of a sudden you realize the ground is
Yeah.
shaking, and then you guys
Do I
hear
know
like,
if it's from? Oh, I was gonna say, do I know if it's from people or if it's an earthquake or something?
as you, especially you, Elgin, all of a sudden you see this grating here. You hear it start straining, and the bricks along it start cracking, and long fissures start running across towards the road. And all of a sudden, in a burst, a large hole appears in the ground there. And this creature comes out. Of course, I put it wrong. This creature comes out.
No.
Out of here, bitch. Belongs to us.
So,
Meow.
you know what that thing means.
I mean,
And we're gonna, after you guys put in your initiative, we're gonna take a quick bio break.
There's 2 of us.
And
Do I even
for
bother?
God's sake, Elgin, roll a good initiative.
Do I even bother?
yeah, you too.
There's
But you're
2
not
of
gonna
us.
come in until you succeed. And so, can you also give me a perception check, Etu?
Uh, are these people all here?
They starting there, but let's just say they're not gonna stay there.
How come some of them look so fancy?
'Cause some of them are. This is Yodrid's Walk. Can someone roll Abdul Malik's initiative? His initiative is +1.
Got it.
Why do I have 2 Abdul Maliks?
Because there is a second one on the map
Yeah.
over there
Then here.
What? Where?
where my cursor is pointing.
Where's our 8?
What? How did that happen? Get him off.
How did you notice that?
Because
if
I'm zoomed out all the way.
Okay, that should only be 5 tokens on the initiative. Okay, so Abdul Malik has an 8. Okay, so now this creature. This creature is gonna roll his initiative, and then I'm gonna go on a bio break, inshallah.
Alrighty then.
So you guys can go now. I'm just gonna put him initiative. Be back at, for some of us, 9:17, and I guess for you, just 5 minutes. That's just easier.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
It's fine. I'm not going anywhere.
Mm.
So let me just mute this as I go.
Back to Assassin's Creed. God. Musical interlude. Assassinate a god or not.
Hello.
Hello.
Is everyone gone?
I think
You
so.
guys are taking a bio break.
To take care of our biological needs. What does inshallah mean?
God willing.
Ah, okay.
I wanna go back.
All right.
I was thinking it was a like, let's hope so, type deal,
It's kind of
which
like
sort of
that.
is. Yeah. There it is. Cool. Yep. Running across the rooftops in ancient Egypt. This might be the first time that I unleash my bow.
Wait, yeah, this
Finally.
session, right?
Yeah. I've only hit people so far. God. Ah. Ow. Doop, 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 doop. Oh shit. That's not a good idea. Never mind then. I'll just fight everyone. Because I'm a Dumbo.
I wonder how long it's gonna take for my character to realize.
Ah. Ah. Right.
Huh? Huh? Is everyone here?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Sayed's not here.
Okay.
What else? What's this yellow? What's this yellow line around me?
When you highlight your character in the turn order, or any character, a yellow square will appear around that character whom you're highlighting.
Oh, it's gone.
It brings
So-
attention to, so you know who's who.
Mm-hmm.
So you have like, when I used to DM, I had like 6 people that had the same token because they were basically the same thing. I was just like, which one's this? Oh, that guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Cool.
the thugs and everything, and or any
Yeah.
any mooks or minions. So I either do that, or like sometimes if I'm really lazy, and it depends on the players too if they prefer it, I'll just do all of them in one initiative.
Yeah.
The thing is, you could do really sneaky things if you do that, because then you could just really flank, and then take turn. Yeah, the sneaky things you could do, I try not to do with that. But
Yeah.
so we'll
I
just
mean,
say, Mhm.
never mind.
What?
I was just gonna say when I used to DM during army moves, it was all like one giant thing, but everything could deal normal damage, but only had 1 hit point because by the time that you're fighting armies, you can normally kill everything in 1 hit anyway.
Yeah,
And so it's stuff like that.
I think we had one situation similar to that in our last campaign, Legacy of Fire. I don't know if you're ever
Oh
going to
yeah.
play it, so I don't want to spoil it. But there's one point towards the end of the campaign where they something like that similar does happen.
Yeah. I'm in another campaign as a kineticist that does fire and just took on an army of anthropomorphized turkeys. And it was an army of about 40,000, and we got it down to 10,000.
That is definitely a homebrew.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've
The
done actually.
weirdest thing, that isn't the actual homebrew world. We were in a camp. We were trying to find this item, and we had a lead. And to get
Hello?
the information we wanted, we had to go and find a specific chicken. Well, that specific chicken was actually in another dimension where anthropomorphized chickens were fighting turkeys and other larger than life versions of food.
Alright, so I
So
just
there was
come
the
back.
cows and the turkeys and the chickens and all that sort of stuff. It was entirely weird.
But you guys
Come
didn't
back and
go
I hear
hungry.
this.
No, actually, we didn't eat a single one of the turkeys because there were still 10,000 of them by the time we had to run away.
Allah Akbar. So
I know. There was also a turkey that was the size of a giant that I killed
hmm.
and roasted spectacularly. I did like 230 points of damage to it in one attack.
What are you in that campaign? Fire sorcerer or something?
Kineticist.
Oh, okay.
fire, kinetic assist, level 15. And with maximized damage and all the things that I had, I do 115 points of damage, and if I crit, it's 230.
Yeah.
So
So-
I
it's
can't believe
But
we
that
actually
that
got
would
that.
take a lot of burn, wouldn't it?
oh yeah, God, I went from 0 to 5 burn on that one attack.
Yeah.
So kinetic assists, if you learn how them, they can be very OP, but dear God, do they kill themselves doing it?
So briefly, for you guys, what a kineticist does is he uses his own constitution as his resource. So
You
and as
can become a bloodbender and have charisma, I believe.
yeah, but
Instead,
who does that?
one of my friends, and he's a guy. He's playing a character called Baron Blood, who controls blood.
Pretty fast.
Nice.
All right,
Weird.
so back onto topic.
Mhm.
So now that everyone's here, so this thing bursts from the ground and starts gargling out, and you see it's starting to reach for the citizens. For okay, so I guess you guys can do a knowledge, any intelligence check, but more specifically a knowledge dungeoneering to get its qualities. But any knowledge check will tell you what this is because this is not something new to Corvosa.
10.
Anyone
Brain,
else?
so it's a 10.
I can't. I'm not there.
I
Oh,
can do
except you.
+6, right? Hello?
What did you roll?
A 12.
Yep, you have no, you don't have knowledge dungeoneering. Okay, so this is an Otiug. I don't know how to pronounce that really, but this is nothing new to Corvosa. In fact, Otiugs are fairly common, but they normally are pleasant because all the waste goes into the sewer and they feed off the sewage and they're happy. Otiugs is what they do. They eat wastes and sewage. Only once in a while, when the food, I guess, they get too hungry or anything like that, they sometimes burst out into. But there's certain areas that they know that they burst out of, and there's a lot of guards there anyway, so it doesn't it prevents a lot of damage. But this one seems to have burst out of here, maybe due to the riots, maybe due to a lack of food. Whatever it is stirring this creature up, and it looks hungry. Zolta,
Yes.
you're first. You do hear a bursting sound, Etu, coming from the south, and you see the guard in interest look at you and he's like, I have to stay with her.
Okay. Can I move? Um, can I move here and then do one attack?
What is your movement speed?
30/20.
That means you have 20 in your armor, 30 without armor.
So 20 right now. Get a double foot.
You can charge.
If you charge, you can move double your speed and get one attack off it with a +2 bonus, but you also take a -2 to your armor.
I'll do that.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna charge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's kind of a narrow opening. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go. You run up and charge. And do you say or do anything as you do that?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and I start like before when I attack, I say that.
Ah,
I'm
running past. Maybe kind of push this guy a little out of the way. And go ahead and give me your attack. Did you roll a 1? Oh, you rolled a 20. So that is just 3 points of damage.
okay. So am I here?
Yeah, you're right next to him, and you slice into him. You cut, but it doesn't do as much damage as you want it to. So next up is Etu. You hear this noise and you hear
I
this
start.
crash, and you hear screaming of like citizens.
I start running and say that I'll try and be back. But how many? Can I triple move? Or
You can run, which is 4 times your movement, but it has to be in a straight line. If you're going to go through any turns or corners, it has to
I'm
be double movement.
just gonna double move,
Okay.
which is 60.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Okay.
go back. Alright, this guy's not gonna like fly away somewhere.
So you see, like you're having a hard time travel because you see all these like tents and stalls and everything in the way, but you do see something large behind it with like tentacles flailing in the air.
Can I do my
You realize this is an Ultiug. Now, about Ultiugs, other than what they've already described, it has, I mean, what you can also see it has three legs. It's mostly a mouth. It has three tentacles. Two of them have barbs, and one of the tentacles has eyes on it. Um,
go for the eye?
you know to stay away from the tentacles. Um, I mean, it can do nasty stuff.
Special
It's
attack?
no, you know, it's not very clean. So a lot of times their bites have been prone to infect with whatever they've been eating. Generally, they just eat sewage and waste, so it's not good. In fact, maybe you remember something like that from the first session.
Do you think we might have done something to cause these things to come here?
Uh, Other than that, that's all you really know.
Can I ask? Can I ask those questions, or do I have none?
I pretty much gave you everything there. There's just like no weaknesses, nothing. They're just aberrations that live in the sewage areas, especially. Abdul Malik, you see he kind of steps here to the side and he starts chanting something. You don't understand what he's saying, Elgin. It's in a language you don't hear, but it seems to be like some kind of religious um,
Okay.
something. Elgin, it is your turn.
I am gonna draw my bow and flurry of bows in because
I'm
why
sorry to
not?
be that guy, but you said you're going to draw your bow.
Well, yeah. So draw my weapon. So that'll be next turn then.
I mean, Zolta could have drawn his weapons while charging. That's
Yeah.
principle in the movement. Yeah, so you can. I mean, okay. So you do have to fire, unfortunately, through like him, and if even if you try to fire here, you're going to go through like people. You get what I'm
That's
saying?
fine.
So
Yeah.
maybe okay.
Yeah. So I'll take out my weapon
Mm-hmm.
now and move down to there.
Okay.
So I'm that way.
So you have clear shot.
Yeah.
Go ahead. So you move. You as you're walking there, you pull out your bow. You take aim and
And one attack.
fire.
Let's make it deadly aim.
Okay. Hits.
The busty damage.
Okay, so 5 damage, right?
Yep.
As your shot as you watch as Zolta as an arrow comes onto the side and so wetly smacks into its flanks, and you just see like its flesh kind of like jiggle a bit, and it's just like this wide mouth opens up, and you see as it opens up like mucus and saliva are sticking to it as it's opening up, and you get this reek of sewage in your face.
What's this guy's reach? 5 plus?
15.
But that wouldn't have.
He has long tentacles. This creature, what it's going to do is a few things. First of all, it's gonna try to bite you and use a tentacle on you, but at the same time, it's gonna try to grab this citizen that's here, right next to you in the green. So the one towards the citizen, let's do that one first, right?
Is there any
Just
way I can dodge to like save the citizen?
not right now.
Hero point.
+3. Tentacle. Peaceful tentacle. Whatever. Temp. That's on the guy. That's on you, Zolta. And the bite is a +7. What is your AC, Zolta? Oh, -2 because you charged.
Ugh. My AC is 18, so it's 16.
So he goes to he tries to grab this guy and he like ducks out of the way, and you see this entire tent collapse as the tentacle swipes over it, and he tries to bite you, and as you back up, you feel a tentacle wrapping around you, and it's going to do initially this much damage. Oops, close that. That's 8 points of damage to you, Zolta. By the way, you didn't heal up from the damage of the fall, right?
No.
What is your max HP? 28?
Yeah.
And you took how much damage from the fall? 6, right?
6, I think. Yeah, 6.
6.
For some reason, I have your level 2 things here. So you take an additional 8 points of damage. So guys, if you can fix the HP on your characters if you realize it's not appropriate.
So that's what the -6 were, those are?
Yeah, that's with the -6. You're at half HP.
Sure.
And he's going to try to grapple you. As the tentacle squeezes tighter.
My
You're.
CP
I'm
50.
pretty sure it's not 28 or higher.
It's 17.
Yeah. So he grabs onto you and he starts squeezing even harder as does constrict damage, doing even more damage. Just as you feel your bones squeezing together and your muscles go tight. Um, -6. You're feeling the air escaping your lungs as this thing squeezes you, and it kind
Ciao.
of like laughs in your face as it's and it opens its mouth wider like it's gonna try and swallow you next. This turn, the civilians all run.
Yay!
They all dip. Just gonna highlight
No.
everyone. Okay, not Zolta. This is what I'm trying to do. Good. Okay, they all run. Ah, monster! Except this one kid who's watching from the corner.
What is
Ooh.
a bad man? Did he run towards the tentacle guy?
Zolta, it is your turn.
Yeah. How do I what do I have to do to get out?
You can try a CMB check versus his CMD, which it
What's
won't
the
be
CMD?
easy. Or you can actually still full attack, but with one hand.
Can I lay on
Be-
hands and full attack?
yes, but your full attack is just with one hand, so you can lay on hands and try to strike with your axe.
Okay, what's my lay on hands? 1d6 plus what?
Just 1d6.
1d6 plus
Yeah, level 3 paladin. Next level will be 2d6. I knew it.
another one?
No, it's a swift action. So that is it for your lay on hands.
-1. Okay. And then my full. I can do one attack.
Yep.
Right hand axe. Mm.
Hurry, 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 hurry. Oh, you rolled a 17?
Yeah.
So you'll do 4 points of damage as your axe sinks into it, and you see it. It kind of growls in the pain as like this black fluid oozes out of it.
Actually, you know what?
Um, Etude, is your turn.
Thought he full attack.
How?
Oh, I thought he said he was gonna full attack.
No, he can't attack. He can only because with
Oh,
grappling it says you can do anything you can, as
alright,
long
I
as
can,
we have one as if you have one limb available, one arm available.
I can go double move 60 feet.
You have a bow, right?
Oh yeah. Can I move up to here
This is
and
all
shoot?
difficult terrain inside.
Can I move to here and fire my bow?
That was 60 feet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh my god.
Abdul Malik's turn.
Can I move up to here and do it?
You ready? Let go of the piece. You can, but he's gonna have cover.
Okay, I'll just be back here. Bye bye.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Zolta.
It's good knowing you.
Yes. Yes.
Um, this is what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna die.
All of a sudden, a wolf appears next to you. Arrgh! And it goes to bite goes to bite this Otiaga. How do you, is that really how you pronounce it?
I don't know. Don't you have it?
Anyways,
I searched.
Utiaga.
I just searched up the name and I see the search results Pathfinder 5V. So I'm pretty sure you at least spelled it right.
Yeah, Utiaga.
it goes to bite the Otiag, but it doesn't even the Otiag doesn't even know what to say. As it tries to bite down on like a piece of flesh, but doesn't its teeth don't really seem to sink into it. And Elgin, it is now your turn.
Right. Flurry of Bows attack this time.
It
Also
is
deadly
easier to
aim.
hit. It is easier to hit because it is grappling.
Yeah. So deadly aim as well, so it's -1 to attack,
Mhm.
+2 to damage on each attack.
Isn't this like below 30 feet?
Yeah,
Yes.
don't you have point blank range?
Do I?
Yeah, you should.
Nope.
Yeah, point blank
I
is
have
within
precise
30
shot.
feet. Oh, you don't have point blank. Okay. Okay.
I have point blank master, but not point blank range.
So the first one will hit. The second one still misses, as it takes. Is that ready with the bonus damage?
No, that isn't.
So it would be 10.
Yeah.
This time, your arrow sinks into it. The other one kind of like hits a tentacle and flops off, but this one cuts deep into it, and you see like a burst of black ichor go into the floor, and it screams in fury, and it kind of like looks towards you. So
What happened to Abdul Malik?
it's going to move at half its speed, and it's going to slap you with a tentacle.
And it still grapples me by that turn?
I'm thinking. Okay, it's going to try to grapple you with one tentacle, but it's going to take a penalty. Okay, does a 13 not beat it? So you end up getting let go by accident. You kind of like squirm your way through Zoltas, and you kind of like fall down on the ground as the tentacle lets you go, and you're just covered in slime on your armor and everything. You just realize it's going to take weeks. It's going to take maybe like an extensive like cleaning to get rid of the slime, but it's going to take like days to get rid of the smell. And he gives one attack on you, Elgin, with his tentacle.
Okay, 15 feet away.
Yes, 15-foot range with the tentacle.
Cool.
Misses. This thing like whips towards you and like hits the wall behind you, causing like the wood to splinter. And the citizens are long gone. We can ignore them. Zoltan, it is now your turn. Zoltan?
I want now, right? I can double attack.
Yes. Can you tell me what you rolled to hit? Because sometimes I look at just
16
like a
and
bombardment of numbers.
16 and 10.
Yeah, both are not going to cut it.
Bro, he's right. He's so big and right next to me.
Oh, wait. I forgot to do Abdul Malik's actual turn after he summoned it. Oivel. I have to do it next time. Um. So, okay. He. Okay.
And
Going back to the game. Mhm.
I also want to lay on hands.
Okay, go ahead and lay in hands yourself. And go ahead and add that to your own hit points. So add 2 to your hit points. Etude, is your turn.
If I fire from here, does this thing have cover?
Why don't you do the arrow? Yes.
So I have to move 20. I'll move my full movement, 30, and fire a shot with deadly aim.
Okay. Normally that would hit, but you don't have precise shot.
So will I get what?
So he gets a +4 bonus to his armor because he's in melee with Zolta. So it's a miss as your arrow goes wide, as the tentacles are flaying around, and you kind of like misjudge your shot. Abdul Malik. So first the wolf is going to come over here, and wolves are pack animals. They don't understand the flank. So he's getting ready for a flank, but the wolf is still going to try to do a bite here. So D20 +4. And
I kind of miss Sam was buffing.
yeah, I know, right? So he bites and he misses. Again, but the Altiog is just now getting really annoyed. Elgin, it is your turn. Oh wait, no, sorry, one moment.
No.
Abdul Malik's turn. He comes up to here and he casts a spell. As you guys see, a ball of ice thrown from his hands and tries to smack into the Altiog. So he's gonna try to first hit the Altiog with a touch attack. His attack is okay, +3. Touch. And his touch AC is so horrible. But still misses as this ball of ice smacks into the wall behind it and it just collapses the wall. But it would have done 46 damage. Just want to roll it for fun. Would have done 13. The OTX turn. The one who's done the most damage to it is Elgin. So both tentacles will fly towards Elgin, and he's gonna try to bite Zolta. As the wolf has nine, he didn't even notice the wolf yet. Just hears barking in the background. So what is your AC, Elgin?
It is 15, I believe. Yep.
Wow. And he tries to bite you, Said.
That's not my character's name.
I'm Zolta. Zolta.
Okay.
And he hits you.
My AC is 7. My AC is 18.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So he bites onto you and he clams onto your armor, and you just like you feel the teeth chewing into it before he lets go, and you feel the strength of this creature behind it. Zolta, it is your turn.
Double attack. 19 and 9.
So the wait. Oh, I saw a 1 there, and that was just your damage. So you do a 19 for 3 points of damage. You're cutting into it, but not a lot. By the way, you do have power attack. Um, but you could have also 5-foot step to get a flank. That's up to you.
I want
Etu.
to, but like I know it's too late.
Am I gonna
Etu,
fall
it
in
is your
that
turn.
hole
But
if
you
I
could give the
charge?
wolf a flank. God. Etu, it is your turn.
Yes, I want
Yeah.
to.
Will I fall if I charge straight?
Uh, you cannot charge because there's something obstructing.
Wait, can I charge this way?
So, James,
Yep.
when you charge, does it have to be in in a straight line in the shortest path, or does it have to be like a straight line that just connects to them?
A straight line that connects.
Okay, so go ahead
As
and
long as
charge.
it's within your movement range.
So,
I
Etu,
will.
you drop your bow
I will
and you charge, pulling out your falchion. Go ahead and
power
give me an
attack.
attack. Power attack hits for 17 damage. As
Wait, what?
you, huh?
11 damage.
11 damage, sorry. Minus 11. And you cut so deep, you cut deeply into it, and you see like one of the, like a huge chunk of it
Feel
fall
back to
off,
everything.
and it goes down into the deep, dark hole of the sewage, and it just like screams out, covered, and there's like black ichor all over the floor, and the floors are kind of getting a little
Not the
slippery.
bit you jumps in the hole.
As the wolf goes to attack. Kill steal, maybe? Who knows?
Did I not get my turn?
It hits,
Nani.
and it's going to do uh 26 plus 4 damage. Soup. Type mistyping. And it will do 7 points of damage, dropping it. And as you see, like finally, this wolf bites onto the thick legs of this creature and pulls at it, and it just drops to the floor and stops moving.
So it's unconscious?
Yeah, as the entire thing flops down, like it's just quivering as the black ichor slowly is coming out of it. I mean, you can still like coup de grace if you want, Elgin.
Nah, it's fine. I was just looking back thinking, hang on a second. It's fine.
We skipped
Dead.
you?
Yeah.
No, we didn't skip you.
It went Zolta, Etu, and then the monster, and then Zolta, Etu, then then the dog.
Seriously?
Abdul Malik, no?
No, didn't you fire and do 10 points of damage with a deadly aim?
That was before it moved over to attack me.
Oh. So why don't you just go ahead and do it? I won't take away the arrows from you, but go ahead and just roll it for fun. Maybe you would have killed it.
Nat won it.
Go ahead and confirm that. I do
Okay,
confirmations for critical fumbles as well.
25.
No, it wouldn't have confirmed.
Fine.
All right, so, yeah. So this thing drops down, and eventually the citizens start coming back around, and they're like, "Is it dead?" And at this point, Etu, you remember who you left behind.
Yeah, I return.
You turn back,
Now,
they're still there, and Officer Indris is like, "What happened?" As the rest of you are just calming down the citizens.
I explained that it was an Otiag.
So after everything settles down, and you guys, Zolta, if you want to use your last lay on hands for yourself. In fact, Abdul Malik would also. He hands you. Abdul Malik hands you Zolta like a. It seems like it's a glass vial, but inside is like this black, sluggish liquid. And he tells you to drink this. You'll feel much better.
But that's right. I don't think I think I used up all my lay on hands because I
Okay.
used two in this fight and then one for that drunk guy.
Oh yeah, you're right. So Abdul Maliki hands you this like glass vial with a black, thick liquid inside, and you see like pieces of twigs and leaves, and he tells, "Drink this. You're gonna feel better."
I trust him and I drink it.
Roll D8 plus 3.
Alright, 1d8 plus 3.
It tastes really nasty, but it does what he says as you heal 11.
I ask him what it's made of.
Just herbs and stuff.
Does that vanilla extract?
No vanilla extract. So, assuming you guys don't meet any other resistance, you make your way. I guess you guys come first, and then afterwards, Officer Indris with Ed2 comes with the artist behind them, and you guys enter into the Citadel, completely safe, and you now go towards. Officer Interest takes the artist towards like you see towards the jail cells, and he tells you Etsu is like this is as far as you're going.
Okay.
I, I whisper the same things. Do you
Okay.
know?
You see a nod come from the shawl. So you guys, Commander Chris Croft is not there right now. So you guys again can mill about. You can rest for a bit. Is there any other interactions you guys want to do?
Like,
After this, I'll go to his assistant. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Officer
And just
Omek,
say that just say we've handed over.
the package.
We've handed over the package basically.
Okay.
I want to know what will happen
Mm-hmm.
to the person. So I
Can I
ask.
meet up with? How long does it take me to meet up with them?
Meet up with the rest of your party.
Yeah.
A few minutes.
Okay, so I'm back.
Okay. Um.
What is up, my mates?
So you guys are settling down and everything, and Commander Chris Croft comes in, and immediately you guys are sent to his office, and he says to you guys, "Is like, you guys did much better than I expected." Um, look, so he then pulls out a pouch of money and he puts it in front of you guys. And he's like, "I'd rather not be public about or this be public right now about this. So if anything, I'll pay you. I promise to pay you guys this later, but I don't want any evidence of this so far. Right now, the castle guards themselves don't know that we have the prisoner.
I still want
As
to
you
know
wish, Commander.
what's going to happen before it happens.
We'll try to get answers from her, preferably using humane methods.
I do let
As
him
long as
know.
she's. Mhm.
I let him know how we had to chase. So that's kind of suspicious also.
So he'd give the entire story. He's like, okay, I understand.
Can we give votes?
Can you get what votes?
Wait, is how does the judging work here?
Like, does he ask us what we think?
Yeah, he's like, what do you guys think?
Um, I wouldn't be surprised if she was set up.
Hmm.
I believe she's innocent.
She was
What?
pretty adamant in her belief that she was set up as well.
That's a good way of saying that.
But let's can we like all roll sense motive to see if she was.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit
Like it
more.
has a hindsight sense motive.
Yeah, like I think we were automatically
You
doing it
you can
right.
do that, but there's gonna be a penalty.
Okay, well that's right.
I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
serious. It's like a hindsight. You're like looking back, memory maybe not what it was.
It's been
So
I completely blew. No, wait,
Alright,
how'd it work?
I still completely ignore the sense mood.
You know, sense motive.
okay. So anyways, he eventually dismisses you, promising you he's gonna pay you the 500 gold, and you guys, unless you want to do any other action, we could say we go on to the next day.
Uh-huh.
Buy
Okay.
cure light wounds, one.
Mhm.
Elgin would like to look for not Gladian, Bruce Alum, Salandro.
Look for who?
Soldado.
Oh,
Bruce
Growl Soldado.
Soldado.
Growl. All
Yeah,
right.
there you go.
So this is like later in the day. Um, you look into the barracks. You can't seem to find him there. You go to the training area. You don't see him there. Eventually, you go to like the cafeteria, and you see him kind of like slumped over by himself on the table. Not many people. There's not like no real guards around. Maybe one or two milling about, but he's just on the table by himself, eating like some gruel paste alone.
Yeah. I go up, check on him, just make sure he's eating well and is taking care of himself and getting sleep tonight.
So he looks up at you as you approach him, and he you see a small smirk on his face. And he's like, "The food tastes better when you're not all there."
I know, but at least now that you're all here, you can get better.
So he looks up at you guys. He's like, "By the way, really, thanks. I appreciate what you guys did there. I I mean, I can't say I've always been a saint, but I've just since these riots started and the death of the king, he just like trails off, looking down.
I know how you feel.
Hmm. Just like nods. It's like, well, I don't think Commander is gonna let me back into duty for some time, so it looks like I'll be stuck here.
That's good. It'll give you time to recover.
Yeah. I just hope my family's okay.
Me too,
Inshallah.
bro.
I'll make
So
dua.
he goes back to his meal and eventually finishes it. And unless you want to say anything else, he'll get up and go to the bunks, take some rest.
I shall join him in the bunks and go to sleep for the night.
The rest of you?
I already
I,
told you what I did.
Yep, you already told me. Etu stepped out.
I go to the masjid, pray my
Mhm.
salam, then I return home, and then just take a nice sleep. Long day,
Okay.
a lot of running.
So, inshallah, we'll end the game there. As you guys have caught a wanted criminal,
Yeah.
perhaps the murderer of the king, perhaps not. You'll find out, won't you? Inshallah. So we'll end the game there before we get to the next day. But to leave you guys some intrigue, when you guys wake up in the morning, you hear all of you actually wake up as you hear a call going out throughout the town saying, "The queen's murderer has been captured. Her
Queen,
she hmm?
queen.
I'm sorry, the king's murderer has been captured. Her execution will be at a later date at the end of the week." Just let's just cries going out saying that she's been captured. She's been captured. She's in custody of the castle guards, and her execution is pending trial.
All right.
So
Does it release a name?
yeah, they say Trinia Sabor has been captured.
Okay.
So we'll end the game there.
Wait,
Thank you.
how to? I can't close the recording. Oh,
سبحان الله بحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. You close it?
I'll try. Alright,
All right,
Assalamu
inshallah.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and goodbye.
All right.
Alright, now I gotta figure out how to stop this recording. Hello? Alright, just
Blue.
sending. Oh, it's not. Ooh, Alt C. Alt C. Oh, I got it working.